Good afternoon, Little Lane. I don't know why I got this scary music on. But oh well. Good afternoon, Little Lane. I hope this live catches you when you're having a great day, a great winter. Hey, winter. I'm going to say a great winter. Good afternoon, winter. P.O.P. Hold me down. Let me cut this down. Let me share this live. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Fantastic Saturday. I myself have been busy all day, but I wanted to come. I won't be normally doing the trial watches on a Saturday. However, with this trial here, I want to get us caught up because we are still on day one. And I need to get us caught up. So I'm going to come on live today and tomorrow with the trial watch content so we can be in a good position for next week. Okay, let me share this live. Okay. So finally, we are getting to the part today. We are going to get to the first eyewitness, Miss Angie McCLAIN. Right? This is the first eyewitness that was actually in the house at the time of the incident. And I heard bits and pieces. I didn't hear the whole deal, but I heard bits and pieces as I was preparing the footage for the live. And I know it to be very interesting. Okay. The deal with this state versus state of Ohio, just as a recap, the state of Ohio versus Quentin Nixon, June 5th, 2021, at a house with about 7 or 8 people where they were smoking different types of varieties, drugs, marijuana, methamphetamines, and the likes. The defendant, Quentin Nixon, found himself it's alleged that he got into an altercation with another one of the visitors at that apartment, Miss Toni Westover. That's our victim. Condolences to her family. Toni Westover was 34 at the time when this altercation arose between herself and the defendant, Quentin Nixon. And she was shot fatally. She lost her life that day. The state of Ohio is alleging that that was at the hands of Quentin Nixon. Now, why I picked this particular case, what makes it so standoutish for me, is because of two things, right? Number one, Quentin Nixon has decided to be his own attorney. Okay, he is defending himself. He is doing what they call in the legal terms pro se. He is pro se. He is defending himself. Okay. I find that to be really, really interesting, especially when he gets to cross-examining the witnesses. It makes for a good watch, right? Also, Mr. Nixon has elected to, instead of being tried by a jury of his peers, he has elected to put his fate in the hands of the judge in what they call a bench trial. So this is a bench trial. That's why if it looks a little different to you, with everybody sitting at one table and the whole court setting seems different, that's exactly why. It's a bench trial. We so far on these trial watches, there is a playlist on my channel. You go to playlist, you will see Trial Watch with Demetra. On that playlist, you will find the different parts. This is part 3. Part 1, part 2 is on the playlist, and of course this live here will go added on there as well. So we heard the opening statements, we heard the 911 calls, we have heard at this point from 2 of the first officers to make contact with him, and we saw the body cam footage. So that's what we've seen so far on part 1 and part 2. Good afternoon, Renee. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. That's what we see. Rock and Champ is chilling. They're not even up in here with me. They got too many people up in here right now with my son and my honey. They have not been paying me any attention today. Okay? They act funny like that. Yeah, thank you, Renee, for speaking to me after you speak to Rock and Champ. Oh, no, you spoke to me first. And so that's what we've heard so far, right? This is the first witness that was this is the first eyewitness. This is the first testimony from somebody who was actually, oh, look, y'all. Look, the chat popped up. And I don't know if this is going to be better, but instead of doing like the box, I did it like this. Okay, and I don't know if it this. Let me see. Hold on. Let me take the pictures off. I don't know. That chat box just popped up over there. Let me see. Chat box. Unlock it. Let me make it. Hey, honey and son, right? Okay, so I'll just put it like right there. Y'all know we still working with this software. Okay, so we're gonna try that for a minute and see how that does. I don't know why it's not staying up there, but I'm not finna get to messing with that. But it disappears fast, right? So let me try just one thing to see. Yeah, but it's disappearing fast. What can I do to make that not happen? Okay, maybe if I say always show. Okay, boom. So maybe now it keep disappearing and coming back, disappearing and coming back. So maybe now they'll start staying. I don't know, but that's why I wanted to come live and do this too, so I can go ahead and work on. I want to add like some different gifts to this, and I want to add some different. I want to add in the emojis for this chat and for this content, like the object. I got some different things I want to do, but I need to catch up on this and get it going, right? So that's what we're going to do here. I hope you guys, so far, with the folks who've been coming in, they've been interested in this trial. So without further delay, because of course people will catch it that's been following along, they'll catch it on the playlist. Let's get started, because this is very interesting. The first eyewitness, the actual resident. Oh, boom, there you go. The actual resident, and I think she's actually the apartment on the lease, resident. Angel McCLAIN. So let's get that started here. Hold on. Yeah, let's get that going. I switched around a couple of things. I'm always switching something, right? Okay, boom. Okay, let's do the fair use. Of course, I'm using fair use for this trial watch. So I probably need to go. Whenever I play the trial footage and replay it, I will be doing, of course, fair use. So that is an effect. Right, I don't know what's the delay. I tried something with that the other day and it made it even slower. I'm going to have to really do a live where I test some stuff. And what's supposed to be happening now is that I also have the chat highlighter function on there where I can pin a comment, but that's still not working. It's still not working. And I got it on here, so I'll figure it out. Let's see. So what do I need to take off right quick? I just did something I need to. Oh, this. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Right here. And this is the state witness, the state of Ohio. This is the prosecution. They just now calling their first eyewitness. Angel McCLAIN. That's what we're starting at.
I just think you should bring the lay witnesses in. Ma'am, if you would face me and raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
And if y'all want to stop somewhere,
right there in that witness chair,
y'all just type up in there pause,
keep your voice
okay?
up and speak into the mic.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Will you please state your name, spelling your last name for the record?
Angel McCLAIN, McCLAIN.
And Angel McCLAIN, do you know why you're here today?
Yes.
And you're here to testify about what occurred July 25th, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How old are you, Angel?
35.
Back in July of 2022, where were you living?
On 2260 Maryland Avenue, Akron, Ohio, 44314.
Is that in Summit County, Ohio?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
keep saying June 5th, it's July
Sorry,
5th.
Judge. This the microphone sound funny to you, or is it just me?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I don't hear it. Do you hear something?
Yes. Okay. All right. Will you please tell the court about your living arrangements at that point in time? Were you in a house, an apartment?
I was in the top floor apartment of a four apartment building.
Were you?
Okay, so let's see what Winter said. Winter says he should have went with an attorney, but a deal in he should have went with an attorney, but a deal and plead guilty since he was under the influence of one of the most dangerous and mind-altering substances. Okay, but one of the things, that's a good thing. Hey, Dobbin, this is a good place to give give this reminder, right? So in the opening statement from the defendant, who is his own attorney, right? So in his opening statements, he said that he gonna be able to prove that, number one, he didn't shoot the woman, and number two, that he wasn't under the influence of no drugs. He said he wasn't smoking meth. And number three, he also said that he is not guilty of one of the charges, which is felony in possession of a firearm, right? He said he wasn't no felon and he could have a gun. I'm only laughing, not to make light, but it's just like, how can they make that type of mistake, whereas it's any type of question of whether he a felon or not, right? But he's literally saying that he wasn't using drugs, right? So I think just from me getting this ready, because I didn't sit and watch all of it because I wanted to watch it with you guys, but I believe when we watch this, the question about him using the drugs and what have you, that's all finna come up now, that we finna get the witnesses that was actually in the house. So far, we've only heard from law enforcement. This is the first eyewitness, okay? Y'all, excuse me. Good. Please. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm choking to death. Y'all, please hit the like button, and don't forget, if y'all want me to stop and discuss something, just like put a stop sign or exclamation mark or something. I'm gonna make some of them emojis just for that this weekend. Let's go.
Living by yourself, or did you have a roommate?
Ronald Crew was living with me.
Who is Ronald Crew?
He is a family friend I've known since I was little.
Just got to speak up a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you. And I know you're looking at her, but you got to try to keep speaking into the microphone so the court
Okay.
reporter can take down everything that you're saying.
I've known Ronald since I was little. He was my little brother's football coach. I've known him since I was probably 12 or 13.
Okay. How long had Ronald been staying with you at that time?
I want to say maybe a couple months. I'm not too sure. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months.
Do you know how he came to stay with you?
He was going through a really bad divorce and needed help, so I lend a hand.
Okay. Now, on July 25th of 2022, during that time, were there any other individuals staying with you?
Not living with me, no, but I did have visitors.
Will you please tell the court who some of those visitors were?
Brian Fielders, Adam Wright, Quentin Nixon, and Ashley. I don't know her last name. And then Ronald, of course.
Okay. You said Brian Fielders.
Yes, ma'am.
Who else did you say?
Quentin Nixon, Ronald Crew, Adam Wright, and then Ashley. I don't know her last name, though.
Brian Fielders. Who is that?
He's Adam's best friend.
Okay. And he was actually staying with you?
No, he was visiting.
Oh, he was visiting?
Yeah.
What day was he visiting?
The day that happened.
You don't know Brian Fielders?
I met him maybe 2 days prior to that, but no.
When he came over that day to visit, did he come with anyone?
The day it happened,
Correct.
he came with Tony.
Did you know Tony?
No, I just met her.
Was that your first time seeing her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You said Quentin Nick.
Okay, so that's real good to know, right? Because I was wondering, hey, Lady Steph, we just getting started with the first eyewitness. So that's interesting. She just named off the people that was all in this house allegedly doing the drugs, right? This is her house. This is the first eyewitness. Her name is Angel, right? So Angel say it was her, Ronald that lived there. He's staying there, and everybody else was visiting. And that Brian, some guy named Brian, is the one who brought the victim. Tony. So she didn't even know the lady at all. She knew everybody else, but she didn't even know Tony, the victim in this, who lost her life in this matter. This is Tony. Okay, so she didn't even know her. That's interesting. I'm taking my little notes here. Let me see. Let's go. Y'all don't worry about the chat on the screen because I'm just testing that out. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna try not to stop that much, but I found that interesting because at first I was like, why she ain't saying the victim name? But that's why.
Do you see Quentin Nixon in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Will you please point to him and describe what he's wearing?
He's wearing an orange jumpsuit.
Your Honor, will you let the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant?
The record will so reflect.
Okay. And you stated Quentin, the defendant, was staying with you as well?
He was visiting, yes.
Correct, visiting.
Yes.
How long had he been visiting?
He came, I want to say, on his birthday, so July 18th.
And this happened July 25th. So approximately 8 or 9 days, give or take?
Yes, ma'am.
Dang, so all the people were staying
How do
there?
you know Quentin?
I used to, like, date his uncle.
And how did you get along with Quentin?
We were like family.
The next person I believe you listed who was visiting was Adam.
Yes.
Would that be Adam Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know Adam Wright?
Known him since I was little. He's family friend, close friend. Known him probably 15, 20 years.
And approximately how long had Adam Wright been visiting you at the time of the incident on July 25th?
I want to say maybe a week.
Do you know what brought Adam to your house?
No, he just did random pop-ups to
Okay.
visit.
And I believe the last person you said was Ashley, but you didn't know her last name.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do you know Ashley?
She was Ronald's girlfriend, I guess you would say, and she was visiting him.
And how long has she been there?
A couple days.
Okay. And this is can you describe your apartment?
Yes, I can.
Will you please describe your apartment?
Yeah, so when you
That's a
walk
lot of
in,
people
it's
in that
the
little
living
house.
room to the right, kitchen to the left, straight back is the bathroom, and then off to the right was my room, off to the left was Ronald's room.
Okay. And would you consider this apartment, was this a small apartment?
I mean, yes and no. We had a lot of space.
Tell the court the arrangements, the sleeping arrangements. There were
Hey, Jill,
5
make me a
individuals.
plate.
Am I
Whatever it
correct,
is.
prior to
Yes.
Brian Fielders and Tony coming over.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk about your day-to-day activity. How were you?
Honestly, a lot of people didn't sleep. Like, it was wherever they just fell, I guess, in that sense. But I slept in my room, and then Ashley and Ronald slept in his room.
And you said honestly, people didn't sleep. Was that because of the drug use?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Will you please tell the court about the drug use going on?
We were all using methamphetamines.
Okay. Would you use it more than once a day?
Yes.
And were you using it more days prior to July 25th?
Yes.
Okay. And when you say we, who was we?
Everybody that was there.
Did you see the defendant using methamphetamine?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you see the other individuals using
Yes,
methamphetamine?
ma'am.
Was there any arguing?
Not until.
So I stopped it right there. I stopped it because Winter had brought this up about the drug. He could have said the drugs and used that as a defense, maybe to say manslaughter or something like that. You didn't say all that. I added that, right? But we talked about that, right? So this is the first time we got an eyewitness who absolutely say Quentin was there had been there for 8 days. He a long time friend of hers. He had been there since his birthday, about 8 days, staying at the house, right, along with all these other people, right, in his small apartment. She is literally right now saying she is right now putting the drugs in his body, in his mouth, in his possession. You know, she's saying it. So it's gonna be real interesting how he gonna try to fight that, and just practical thinking. Who stay in the house for 8 days with a bunch of people who smoking them type of hard drugs and they don't use those drugs? I've never seen nothing like that happen. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they don't live there and they can go home. But let's continue. That was just interesting to me. Let's continue. Thank y'all for joining me. Happy Saturday.
About 10 minutes, like I said, when I went in my room, and then everybody seemed fine when I went in my room, and then chaos broke out.
Okay. And we're going to talk about that. So prior to the actual shooting, Did anybody argue? Did anybody fight? Things of that nature?
No.
Were you around when Adam and the defendant were around each other?
Yes.
Okay. Any arguing, fighting?
No.
Were you around when Bryant and the defendant were around each other?
Brian was only there the one time when I don't think Quentin was there the first time he came, so I'm not sure.
Okay. When Tony came over, did she argue or fight with anyone?
Not that I know of. I didn't hear anything
Okay. Did you see her arguing or fighting with the defendant?
when I came out of my room.
Okay, but not prior to you going in your room?
No, ma'am.
All right. All right. Let's talk about that. I want to turn your attention to July 25th. You stated that up to that point, people were smoking. Was anyone drinking?
Not that I know of.
And was methamphetamine, to the best of your knowledge, was that the only drug everyone was using?
Yes.
Okay. How did the drugs get there?
They just, I mean, we all had them. We all were, you know, getting high, so.
Did you share? Did you
Yeah.
all share your drugs?
Yes.
Did you smoke together, separately?
Sometimes together, sometimes separately.
All right. So tell me about your day. July 25th, were you employed at that time?
No, ma'am.
So you wake up on July 25th, tell the court about your day.
It was a normal day, like any other day. I actually was cleaning that morning. And then I cleaned. That's what I did because I was, you know, but it seemed normal. Everybody was getting along. Everybody was fine.
The witness
laughing,
didn't want to be
joking.
shown.
And then I
At
don't know
some,
what happened.
do you know if did anyone in that house have a job during that time?
Chip was doing like odd, or Ronald, sorry. He was doing like odd jobs.
Okay. Now you accidentally called him Chip. Is that what you normally call him?
Yes, that's what everybody's called him since we were
Chip.
little. Hmm.
Is Ronald Crew?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anyone else have a nickname just in case we hear it?
Adam is Slim.
Okay. Adam Wright, everyone calls Slim.
Yes.
Okay. And you said Ron had a job.
Yeah, he was doing odd end jobs when he could.
When you woke up, do you know if he had to work that day?
That's the only way I heard about it, Lady Steph. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that at all.
Time,
I haven't
Ryan
never
Fielders
seen
and
it.
Tony Westover came to your house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what time?
No, I couldn't say.
Do you know if it was in the morning, afternoon, or evening?
It was night.
So up to that point, normal day, any arguing amongst people in your house
No.
up to that point?
Not that I noticed. No,
Any fighting?
no,
Did you smoke meth that day?
I did.
Did you see other people in the house smoking meth
I
that
did.
day? Did you see the defendant smoking meth that day?
I did.
Okay. Will you please tell the court about Brian Fielders and Tony Westover coming over?
Yes. So me and Ronald was leaving to go to Sheets, and when we went outside, Brian Fielders and Tony was parked next to Ronald's truck in a red SUV. Well, when I was leaving, I called Slim, Adam, and let him know like Brian was outside. He's like, why is he here? I'm like, I don't know. So Brian got out of the car, went upstairs. Tony was still in her vehicle when I left. When I came home, everybody was in my house.
Tony
You said
Westover
you
is the
and
victim.
Ron
That's the
went
picture I
to-
just put up.
Yes,
Approximately how long do you think you were gone?
maybe like a half hour.
And what prompted you to call Ron, what prompted you to call Adam? I think that's what you said, Slim.
Yeah, because he was Brian's friend, so I just wanted to let him know that Brian was there. I didn't, think anything of it.
Did you know he was coming over that day?
No, ma'am.
But it was okay?
I just let Adam know that he was there, but I mean, I didn't know he was actually staying.
Talk about what happened.
Quick pause for the call. So Lady Steph asked the question. She say, "It's the only way. How is smoking meth the only way you can use it?" So I just Googled it because I didn't know. I don't know. It say methamphetamine comes in several forms. It can be smoked, snorted, injected, or let me see what the last thing is. Or ingested. It can be smoked, snorted, injected, or orally ingested. Okay, so now we know about meth. Okay, good question. Let's continue. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
And when you got back.
So when I walked in, Tony was sitting on my couch. The three men were in the living room, or the kitchen, I'm sorry, talking. And me and Ronald came in with like a wall mural. And we were sitting down on the floor, rolled it out. Me, him, and Tony was actually trying to piece it together. We couldn't figure it out, so we rolled it back up. And me and Ronald went into my room and started hanging lights off my headboard.
Okay.
And
You said a lot. You said you came home, the three men were in the kitchen, and that would have been Quentin, Adam, and Brian Fielders.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Tony was in the living room.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see Ashley?
She was in Ronald's room, I think.
You came in, and you came in with you said a wall mural?
Yeah, it's like
Will
a
you
sticker.
describe that mural?
It was like a wall mural of like downtown Cleveland. It's like probably, it wasn't no bigger than me, maybe the same height as me. And we were trying to piece it together, but
What do you mean, or maybe I don't get the concept of a mural. What do you mean piece it together?
it was like the stickers that you can get off of like Temu or Wish. And they're like big wall thick stickers of like scenery and stuff like that.
Okay. Who was helping you, and where were you trying to piece it together?
Me and Ronald and Tony. Tony was still sitting on my couch. Me and Ronald was sitting like in the hallway by my kitchen and living room, and rolled it out, and then we couldn't figure it out.
Okay. When you came back, was anyone arguing at this point in time?
No,
Or fighting?
everything seemed normal.
Okay. I'm going to show you some photos because you are describing areas in your home, and I want to make sure we properly understand where you're talking about.
Okay, so I think she's gonna fumble with these
Can you make
pictures.
sure
I
that
fast forwarded
the doc-
because it's a lot of pictures she was trying to put in. So I think that's what this is. Him.
make that right?
I just changed it over.
Oh, thank you, Rhonda.
You're welcome.
Trial watch with Demetrius, State of Ohio versus Quentin Nixon. That's him now. He is defending himself. No attorney. He is his own attorney. No jury. He decided to do a bench trial. He put his fate in the hands of the judge.
Okay, you may proceed.
Unusual. Or maybe I should say rare.
Thank you.
Rare. And we're going to get through her whole, Angel McCLAIN, who's on the stand, we're going to go through her whole entire testimony. When they start showing the pictures, I think the first pictures when you see the black screen, you're going to see like a black screen that say live view. I think that's the pictures where they showing the victim's body. And then after that, they'll start showing the pictures. So it's not a technical error on my side. That's what's happening, just to let you guys know.
I want
He-
you to take a moment and look at each photo.
He made a motion to be able to wear court appropriate clothes and not his jail clothes, and that motion was denied. So he wasn't allowed to wear regular clothes. Winter, what you mean by his divorce? Did you mean that divorce or his defense? Okay, so that's the pictures of what the I think the body was showing, and then they're not gonna show that. But once the body not in the pictures, that's when the pictures will pop up here. Hey CEO, good afternoon. Happy Saturday to you. Thank you for coming through.
Do you recognize those photos?
Yes, ma'am.
Do those photos fairly and accurately depict your house, your apartment on July 25th of 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 8. When I show you the photo, I would like you to describe to the court what we're looking at, okay?
Can I turn this?
Yes, it's on the lever.
Let me answer Winter's question. So Winter says, was he the only one that was living there due to his recent divorce? No, it was a lot of people up in there. It was supposed to be, Angel, the one who on the stand now, she lived there. Her friend, Ronald Crew, was a lifetime long friend, and he was over there visiting, actually staying there. He had been there for several months. And then I think she got like a roommate, which is one of these guys. I think the roommate is, don't quote me, but I think the roommate that lived there too, or her boyfriend or whatever, is Adam Wright. She got a roommate and a boyfriend. So it was like 4 people in the house that day that actually would, at that point in time, that day was making residence there, even if it was temporary. They was sleeping there every night and they'd been there. You know, Quentin, the defendant, he had only been there like 8 days. And I didn't hear divorce. I thought they say since 8 days, like since his birthday. But maybe I was mistaken. And everybody else who was there, including the victim, they were just in and out. I don't think Quentin was the one who just got divorced. He had been there since his birthday. So apparently he came over there at the party and, you know, they was all doing drugs and stuff for his birthday, and he had just been there. He hadn't went home yet. All together, I counted like 7 people that was in his house at the time of the shooting. And everybody, according to the witness, was on meth. The only one that was a stranger, everybody knew Quentin. He had been there. He was a welcome, person in there. The victim, Tony Westover, this witness here didn't even know her. This is the first time she'd ever been to their house.
Different in my apartment building.
One of their homeboys brought her with them. Brought Tony, the victim, with him.
One other thing, Your Honor. I don't know if I can click it or you have to click it where people can mark on this.
It's enabled.
Thank you. Will you please touch a writing utensil and circle where your apartment is?
You gotta pick a color at the bottom.
Okay, and that's 2260 Maryland Avenue.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that is your front door that's open.
Yes, ma'am.
And can you hit clear, please? And that is the top, would that be the top right apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for the record, Your Honor, the witness circled the top right apartment.
Thank you.
Showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 9. Please tell the judge what we're looking at.
My front balcony into my apartment.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 10. And what is that?
That is the entrance into my apartment.
Okay.
In the living room, part of it.
We will be able to see
And
these
there is
pictures.
a hallway. What does that hallway lead to?
The bathroom and the 2 bedrooms.
And when you say the 2 bedrooms, will you circle which one is your bedroom? And which one where is Ron? Where was the bedroom Ron was staying in?
It's around this corner.
So for the record, Your Honor, the witness circled the bedroom on the right as her bedroom and the bedroom on the left as Ron's bedroom. Is that correct?
Okay, so
Yes,
I think
ma'am.
what they're doing is
Can you
putting the
hit clear,
pictures
please?
into evidence. I thought it was because the body was showing, but I don't think so now.
And for right now, we're talking about the physical makeup of your house, not with placards or anything at this point. Will you please describe what we're looking at in terms of the physical makeup of your apartment?
My living room.
And there's an opening to another room. What is that?
That is my kitchen.
And that's the view from the front door, correct?
Yes, ma'am. The hallway.
Showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 12. What are we looking at?
My living room.
Okay. And State's Exhibit number,
Yeah, they putting it into evidence. That's what they doing right now.
what is that?
My living room as well.
Okay. Will you describe your living room as it was prior to the incident occurring?
Yes, ma'am. The table was actually on this little red carpet. The rug over here was by my front door.
Can you point, I don't know what over here is.
The rug was by my front door. And all of my table had pictures and stuff on it. I don't see them in here though. And I think candles.
Okay. I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 14. Oh, can you hit clear, please? I'm sorry. What are we looking at?
Standing in my kitchen looking into the living room.
Okay. And State's Exhibit number 15.
That is looking into my kitchen.
Okay. From the living room.
Yes, ma'am.
And State's Exhibit number 16.
It's my kitchen.
Now, when we first looked at State's Exhibit number 10, that led back, that room in the back is the bathroom. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 17. What are we looking at?
That's the bathroom.
And that's straight back. If you come into your house, you can go straight back to that bathroom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In a prior picture, you circled bedrooms off of that bathroom, adjacent to that bathroom. Is that correct?
What was that? I'm sorry.
In a prior photo that I showed you, you circled bedrooms that were adjacent to that bathroom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's only 2 rooms.
Do you recognize that picture?
That is Ronald's room.
Okay.
Okay, so Ronald lived there. That he's just staying there. That's the
And
friend
State's Exhibit number 19.
who had been there about 6 or 7 months.
Ronald's room.
So he got a room, and she got a room with her boyfriend. That's the actual people that's in the
Ronald's
rooms.
room.
And what are we looking at? What is that back area that looks like a sliding glass door?
That is the back patio to that bedroom.
Okay. Do you have that same sliding door in your room?
No, ma'am.
State's Exhibit number 21.
That's Ronald's closet.
Okay. Well, these are out of order. State's Exhibit number 25. I'm sorry. Hold on. State's Exhibit number 26. What are we looking at?
That is my room.
Okay. And that was the other door you circled. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so now we got the pictures.
My room.
State's Exhibit number 29.
My room.
Basis.
The exhibits that she's showing, I was not shown.
You just looked at them.
Not all of these. She's
Okay,
listed
he
some of these that
objected.
were not in this pile.
What's the objection to that photo?
From,
No, what's the objection? Is there something prejudicial in that photograph that
no,
you
I
don't?
was just like, let it be known that I wasn't
Okay.
shown these.
Your Honor, for the record, I shown Exhibits 8 through 29.
Overruled. You may proceed.
I'm showing you what's been
He
marked
tried
as
it.
State's Exhibit number 22. What is that exhibit?
My driveway.
Well, can you see the front of your apartment in this photo?
You can see it a little bit.
Will you please circle it?
Sorry for that watermark, y'all. I had to put that up
Balcony,
in order for my channel, this
Where would
video
that
to be
Please
monetized.
circle it for the, oh.
Sorry about that.
And State's Exhibit number
Thank you, Diamond.
23. Will you hit clear, please?
Because I got this from Law and Law and Trial Network. And if I leave that showing, I can't monetize the video. So
What is State's
Sorry.
Exhibit number 23?
That is my driveway, and it's a picture of Ronald's truck and Tony's car.
Okay. And do you see the crime scene tape there? There's yellow tape near the dumpster.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that going towards the back of your apartment?
Yes.
And you said Ronald's truck. Will you please circle Ronald's truck? Okay. And then you said
The white truck.
Tony's car. Will you please circle Tony's car?
the caliber. Look like a Dodge Caliber.
For the record, the witness circled a truck, a Z71 truck, as Ronald's truck, and a red crossover
Oh. I thought that
as
was a
Tony
Dodge.
Westover's car.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm showing you what are we looking at?
My backyard.
There's also a balcony. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the balcony that is connected to the doors in Ronald Cruz's room?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so prior to the photos, we were talking about you putting together the mural on the floor in the living room. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Approximately how long did you all stay in the living room trying to put that mural together?
Maybe 20 minutes.
And were you successful?
No.
What did you do once you all were not able to put the mural together?
Ronald wrote it back up and put it back in his room.
Did Ashley stay in Ronald's room the whole time, or did she come out now?
She came out after the fact.
Okay. Did anyone from the kitchen, any of the men, come out and partake in putting together?
No, ma'am.
What did you do after you were not able to put together the mural?
Me and Ronald went into my room and was hanging lights on my headboard that he had got me.
When you went into the room, where were...
Winter, can you okay to comment? Is it giving you an
Tony
option to
was
okay
still
it?
on my couch, and Adam, Brian, and Quentin were in my kitchen when I went into my room.
Tell the court what happened while you were in your room.
So I was in there maybe 10 minutes, and I heard a commotion, loud banging, yelling, and I opened my door, and I came out and seen Quinn had Tony put up at the door by the head of her hair, and a gun pointing at her head.
Prior to that, you mentioned a gun. Prior to that, had you seen Tony with a gun?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen the defendant with a gun?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen anyone at your house with a gun prior to that?
Not that I recall.
When you saw Brian and Tony get out the car, did you see either one of them with a gun at that time?
No, ma'am.
What made you come out your room?
The loud banging and yelling.
Okay, which I may have a moderator in the sky. But I see her comment. I think it was the one about the meth heads all over the house, right? Was it
They
that
were
comment?
By my front
I see
door,
that one.
And he had her with one hand and
Okay.
pointed with the other.
What was Tony doing or saying?
It looked like she was trying to fight back.
Oh, I'm gonna
It was
rewind it.
just
Hold
a
on.
Quick glance of what I saw when.
The gun.
No, ma'am.
Had you seen the defendant with a gun?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen anyone at your house with a gun prior to that?
Not that I recall.
When you saw Brian and Tony get out the car, did you see either one of them with a gun at that time?
No, ma'am.
What made you come out your room?
The loud banging and yelling.
And when you came out, you said you saw him. Describe how he had Tony.
He had her. They were by my front door, and he had her with one hand and the gun pointed with the other.
What was Tony doing or saying?
It looked like she was trying to fight back. It was just a quick glance of what I saw when I got shoved back in my room.
Who shoved you back in your room?
Adam.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 11 again. Will you use your pencil? Where did you see, I believe you said the defendant had her pinned up against the wall by the door. Will you please put an X where you believe they were?
Tony is the victim who lost her life. She's describing right now.
Okay. Now the door is open here. The door would have been closed, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see Brian or Adam at this time?
When I came out, Brian took off running from the living room into the kitchen.
Okay.
Adam was in the hallway.
You
By
said
my
Adam
door.
was in the hallway?
Yes, by my door.
Where was Ron?
He was behind me
And where was Ashley?
in Ronald's room.
Okay. So she had not come out yet.
Not that I remember, no.
Can you describe the gun you saw?
It was so quick. I honestly couldn't.
If you can't, that's fine. Was anyone else saying anything or doing anything at this time?
Not that I recall. The only thing I seen was those two at the front door and Brian taking off from the living room into the kitchen. And they were tussling, and I got pushed back into the room.
And when you say they, there's a lot of people we're talking about. Who are they were tussling?
Quentin and Tony.
Okay. Prior to you going in your room, did Tony say anything to the defendant?
Not that I know of, no. I didn't hear nothing.
Was the defendant and Tony arguing?
I didn't hear her at all.
Prior to you going into your room, was there any fighting between him and Tony?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when you first came out of the room, you said you were in the hallway.
Yes.
Can you clear that, please? I'm showing you State Exhibit number 10 again. Will you please put an X where you believe you were standing?
Right here.
Okay, so let me pause it, right? Let me pause it because it's like 7 to 8 people in this house, right? And when this witness, when she just now, right now, when she describing where everybody was at the time of the crime, of the shooting, it's really strange because she say, Ronald, the one who got a bedroom near her roommate, or what have you, he was in the room. Ashley had been in his room. That's Ronald's girlfriend. She had been in the room. She was nowhere around when it was happening. Angel, she was in her room when it started. Right? So that's 3 people. Now, Brian was in the living room. Tony, the victim, was in the living room. Quentin was in the living room. Right? That's 3 people. So where was Adam? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, he pleaded not guilty, and he said he didn't shoot her. And then why did Brian take off running into the kitchen, right? I don't know. It's interesting, but she ain't said nothing about where Adam at. I want to know where Adam was at. Slim. Is one person not accounted for?
I just came out of my room, so there's a little wall right here. I was standing by that.
And where do you believe Ron Crew, can you put a circle where you believe Ron Crew was standing?
He was like right behind me.
Okay. And you said Adam was in the hallway as well?
Yes, he was like in the middle of the hallway.
Okay. And Ashley was in.
Where there go Adam?
Yes.
Okay, so Adam was in the hallway.
Now, when you came out of the hallway, I'm going to show you what's in marker. Can you push clear, please? Did the living room look like this at that time?
Yes.
Okay. So by the time you came out, heard the commotion, the table had been pushed over and the items knocked on the floor.
Yes, ma'am.
There's up in the tearing up stuff.
How long do you think you stayed in the hallway?
Not long. Adam, I came out. I asked Quentin what the hell he was doing, and then I got shoved back in the bedroom.
Did he answer you?
He turned the gun at me.
How did that make you feel?
Scared.
Y'all, keep in mind, right now, when he turned his head to look, hey, Living, have a good Saturday. Thank you for coming through and saying hi. Hope you're having a great weekend. Y'all, when he just turned his head, y'all saw that look on his face when she said he turned the gun on her, right? Y'all saw that look on his face like, what? And when he turned around and looked over his left shoulder, he looking directly at her, because that's where the stand at. He looking dead at her like, are you really saying this? Anywho, just to let y'all know what's behind his left shoulder. That's the witness stand. He like, okay, we going this way with it, huh?
You go back in the living room. What happened? I'm sorry. You go back in the bedroom. Your bedroom, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What happened while you were in your bedroom?
When I was shutting the door, the first bullet that we heard, gunshot, the bullet came through my bedroom wall and went right past my face. It ricocheted off of my TV and ended up, the ricochet particles cut Chip's face, and then it ended up in my back bedroom wall. And
Where were you in the room when this happened?
I was right by the door. I just got shoved back in.
Who all was in your room at this time?
Me and Ronald.
Okay. At any point in time, did Ashley come in your room?
After all the commotion was over.
Okay.
And they started running out of the back. She came in there.
And how long were you in your room prior to hearing these shots?
All together, or when I got shoved back in?
How long after
Who
you got
shoved her back in the
did
room?
you hear
Adam?
The
It was-
gunshots.
Like, as soon as the door was shut, the bullet came through, so seconds.
And when you got shoved back in your room in your apartment, at that time, how many people did you see with a firearm?
It was so quick.
Okay, so Lady Steph say, so as of right now, we don't have a motivation for any of this, right? No. It's no motive known at all. The only thing we know so far, which is like destined to be problematic, is that it's so many people in a small apartment and everybody been using meth and on a meth run for days, right? We just heard this witness say they barely even slept. She literally said, you know, when their lawyer was questioning so many people sleeping up in there, what was the sleeping arrangement? She said, well, people, you know, it really wasn't a lot of sleeping going on. And that's because of the drug use. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know any type of motive, what caused it, what set it off. But let's not forget, according to this witness, and that's her residence, this is the first time the victim, Tony Westover, this is the first time she even met the woman. This is the first time Tony Westover ever even been to the house. So this lady lost her life that day, you guys, and this ain't even somewhere she ever been. She just so happened to come there with her friend. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. You know, wrong people. And that's the victim, Tony Westover. Nope, no motive yet. We got to see what they all say. I feel like it's safe to say. Now I'm assuming we got to listen for it in testimony, but everybody else been friends for a long time. When she was saying who everybody is, right? Even the defendant, she been knowing him 7-8 years, right? Family friend, family. That's what she said. The only person who they seem unfamiliar with is the victim. So basically, it's his people who saying he did it. You know.
I only seen Quentin at that time.
And you said a bullet came through your wall. I'm going to show you what number 26. You recognize what I'm pointing to behind your door?
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be a bullet that entered your room that you were referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In that same that's on a dresser. You see where I'm pointing?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you please describe to the court what I'm pointing to?
A bullet hole.
Whatever the audio problem is, that's on their
Your
side.
TV.
Yes.
And I'm going to show you what's in marked as State's Exhibit number 29. Do you see what I'm pointing to in State's Exhibit or circling around in State's Exhibit number 29?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, please show the court what that is.
A bullet hole.
And is that the bullet that you were referring to that went by Ron?
Yes, ma'am.
You also talked about, and I don't want to go too far. So now you're in your room, and a bullet almost hit Ron.
Okay, I just want to add this because it just came to my mind. The only thing I can think of is he saying that, by him saying he not the one who did it and he not guilty, maybe he gonna say, you know, maybe he trying to say that the other people are taking up for like one of the other guys, like either Brian or Adam, because one of them is her friend that she been knowing all her life, and then the other guy that's at the house is her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. Just wanted to make that note. That thought just popped up to me. Let's see.
But prior to that, you were talking about putting up lights. Before I get too ahead of myself, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 25. You recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Will you please show the court what lights you were referring to?
They're like hanging down.
Okay. And how were you and Ron putting those lights up? What were you using?
Thumbtacks, and then if Ronald had trouble, he used a hammer.
Okay. At any time that Ron leave out that room with that hammer,
No, ma'am.
did he have that hammer prior to putting the thumbtacks or helping you put up lights with the thumbtacks?
No, ma'am.
Did he ever try to attack the defendant with the hammer?
No, ma'am.
Tell the court, can you push clear, please? Thank you. Tell the court what happened next while you were in your room.
I heard maybe 2-3 more shots, and I heard glass breaking. I opened the door, and I seen Quentin and Brian tussling by my door, my bedroom door, and Adam shut the door again, shoved me back in the room, and then that's when I heard the glass breaking from Ronald's room.
Okay, you said you opened the door and saw Brian and the defendant tussling. Where were they tussling?
Right in the hallway, like by my bedroom door.
Okay. Do you know if the defendant still had the gun?
I couldn't recall. I didn't see.
Okay. Right. Now, you don't know
Hey,
how
Sunshine,
everything
happy
started
Saturday.
in the living room. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, ma'am.
The second time you opened the door, did you see Adam?
Yes, he shoved me back in the room and shut the door again.
Okay, Adam got to be her boyfriend. He keep putting her back in the room.
All fairly quickly.
Yes.
I just asked you to describe a lot. It seems like over a long period of time, but it's fair to say this all happened fairly
Yeah.
quickly.
Within seconds of each other. It
Okay.
seemed like just instant.
Okay. And there's some things you say that you didn't remember. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were smoking meth that day, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When you looked out the second time, were you able to see Tony?
No. Was not able to see her until everybody cleared out of my apartment.
Okay. Now let's talk about everybody clearing out of your apartment. Will you tell the judge what happened? How did they leave your apartment, if you know?
They all jumped off my back balcony in the pictures. Adam went first, then Brian, and then I thought Quentin was already gone because I didn't see him, and then he flew past me.
Oh, man. You said you thought he was already gone, but he flew past you?
Yeah.
What, if anything, did he say or do?
I don't remember him saying anything.
Did you see him carrying anything?
He had a bag.
Okay. A bag, a grocery bag?
Like a purse.
Did he come with that
Purse.
No, ma'am.
Do you know whose purse that was?
I believe it was Tony's.
Is that the purse you saw her coming to your house with?
Well, I didn't see her. I know she had it with her.
Hey,
when I
room
came in.
shaker.
It was sitting on my table.
Okay. What? If
Big pause right there. So, Lady Steph, now we might be getting to a motive, right? Because why is he leaving with the girl purse? Right? So, we already know they always up in there smoking meth, right? They've been already smoking for days on end. Here go the only people that came to the house that he not familiar with. So, the defendant don't know Brian, really, because the girl said, the one who testified now, she say she don't think he knew him, and then maybe it was his first or second time seeing him. And Tony, the victim, is Brian's girlfriend. She ain't never been there. So the first time somebody come in the house who they're not familiar with, this go down, and now this witness is saying that he left out the house with the girl purse. Let's continue. So that might be the motive. Maybe he was trying to take something from her money or something. You know, I don't know. But let's see what they say.
you remember, what was the defendant's demeanor? How was he acting?
Everybody seemed normal. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary to, for people getting high, I guess.
What about his sleeping? Were you all sleeping on a regular basis?
I mean, yes and no.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It's kind of hard to sleep.
When you're high?
Yeah.
After everybody jumped off the balcony, the one person we still haven't talked about was Ashley. Do you know what she was doing, or at any point in time did she come in your room?
She came into the room, and then she came in the room after everybody had already jumped off the balcony, and she said something about a warrant that she had, and she jumped off the balcony as well.
So all the men
Anyone
fled.
was jumping off the balcony. Did they say anything to you as they were leaving?
Brian did.
And what did Brian say?
I asked him, what the hell, like, what am I doing? What's going on? And he said to call the police and say that he killed him.
Who was he?
Quentin killed her.
And he left as well, correct?
Yes, he was holding onto the banister and then just dropped down.
Yeah, gotta speak
Damn,
up.
her roommate left, her
Yes,
boyfriend
ma'am.
left.
He was holding onto the banister and he let himself go after saying that.
Why they ran if they didn't do
Speak
nothing?
up. Say it one more time.
Okay, he was holding onto the banister and then, let himself go after he was done saying what he said.
At any time, did the defendant come into your room?
Not that I recall.
After everybody left, who was still at the apartment?
It was me and Ronald.
Tell the court what you saw when you came out of your room after everyone left.
I saw Tony laying on my couch by my front door.
Drive careful, living. Don't worry
The
about
way
it.
Tony was laying on the couch, could you open the door without moving her?
her foot was in front of the door. So we had to the cops told us to kind of move it so we can let them in.
And you said the cops. After everyone left, did someone call 911?
Yes, ma'am.
Ronald, was that immediately after everyone left?
Yes, ma'am.
These those dudes still need a tooth.
There were, prior to this incident, were there any bullet holes in your apartment?
No, ma'am.
So any bullet holes that would have been in your living room would have been from what happened on July 25th?
Yes, ma'am.
And prior to this incident, your living room did not look like,
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it went to sleep.
that's fine. We don't have to
He's
stop.
right there.
Save Exhibit 13.
It is the you were kicking up there.
Girl, she didn't unplug the
Plugged it.
baby, the prosecutor didn't unplug, they kicked the plug out the picture thing.
State's Exhibit 13.
Okay,
That
so
would have been in your living room would have been from what happened on July 25th?
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so this is where
And prior to this incident,
Hold on, let me
your
see
living
something.
room did not look like,
okay, so it stopped.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it went to sleep.
that's fine. We don't have to
He's
stop.
right there.
Save Exhibit 13.
It is the
Oh, it started. The next clip just started itself. I didn't know it was gonna do that.
You unplugged it.
Okay, but go ahead on then. I thought I was gonna have to stop and put the next piece in, but it just started itself up.
State's Exhibit 13 that I showed you. Prior to this incident, your living room did not look like this.
No, ma'am.
So nobody gonna plug it back up?
Did the police come out?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said they told you to move her legs so they can get into the apartment?
Yes.
Did you all have to unlock the door as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Do the prosecutor seem kind of new to y'all, like a new prosecutor?
And when the police came out, did you and Ron talk to the police?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to ask you, thank you. Let me find a picture. I want to ask you about the sword. I'm going to show you the picture. The sword that's up on Ron's room. That's State's Exhibit number 19. At any time, did anyone take that sword off the wall?
No.
At any time, did you see anyone use that sword on the defendant?
No, ma'am.
Prior to the defendant having Tony pinned up against the wall, was anybody fighting him with that sword?
No, ma'am.
Tony fighting him with that sword.
No, ma'am.
Neither was Adam or Brian.
No.
Now, State's Exhibit number 18. On the floor next to shoes. Can you see that? Your Honor, can you see that? Is it too dark?
No, I can see it.
Okay. State's Exhibit number 18.
Hey, Daquan, happy Saturday.
Do you know what the item is I'm pointing to? I'm pointing to an item next to a blue hamper on the floor.
No, ma'am.
I think she asked about that sword on the wall because part of his defense is self-defense.
Ron with a machete.
No, ma'am.
Do you know if he owns a machete?
Not that I recall.
And if he does own a machete, did he have it out that night?
No.
Did anyone attack the defendant with the machete that night?
No, ma'am.
See Tony attack the defendant?
No, ma'am. Not with any weapons, no.
Did anyone try to roll the defendant up in plastic?
No, ma'am.
Did you have any tarp or plastic like that at your house?
No.
So the stuff she asking now, we must gonna hear part of the defense, because this is the first we heard of that.
Of the incident in July, will you please describe for the court what the defendant looked like, meaning his hair, if he had any facial hair?
Gosh. He had dreads like he has now. Facial hair. He looks the same as he does right now.
Now, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to show you what's been marked as state's exhibits. I believe I'm on 30 and 31. 30, correct, 30.
She making me nervous. She is all over the place, okay? I am not used to these attorneys just being all over. Maybe, I don't know. It's a lot going on.
Yes, ma'am.
So he talking to his court-appointed attorney assistant.
Quentin Nixon. Yes, he had it pulled back in like a ponytail.
State's exhibit number 31. Could you recognize the person and the items in that exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is in that exhibit?
Quentin Nixon.
And what item do you see on the ground?
Tony's purse.
Is that the item that you saw him run by you with?
Yes, ma'am.
State's exhibit number 32.
I think he was trying to rob that woman or take her money or take her drugs or something.
Now, state's exhibit number 33. Do you recognize the individual in that picture?
Yes.
And who do you recognize that person as?
The defendant.
What is different in this photo?
He cut all of his hair and facial hair off.
This is not the way he appeared on July 25th, 2022. Is that correct?
I've never seen him like that a day in my life.
And how long have you known him?
A couple years.
And you've never seen him cut all of his hair off or all of his facial hair?
No.
He ready for his turn. It should be very interesting when he questioned this witness, his former friend who pointed the finger at him.
I'm sorry,
Very
give me one
interesting.
second, Your Honor.
I can't imagine answering questions in this type of situation to the person who I think is guilty, the person who I know is guilty, and they questioning me. I can't even imagine that type of situation, right? Lady Steph say, but even if he was trying to rob her, why would he shoot up the place? Shoot, if she didn't want to be robbed, if she fighting back, if it's any type of what's the word? Any type of resistance, you know, we of course this is a theory by put forth by me that he's trying to rob her. Uh-oh.
Can you put 28 back up there?
Uh-oh.
I missed one, so
Sure.
I don't know what that is.
You said 28?
Yes.
Okay. So now we finna have a cross-examination, y'all, by the defendant, who is his own attorney. He is about to get a chance to question this witness. This should be interesting. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think he's doing a horrible job. To say he's doing his own defense, you know, he not polished, and sometimes he forget he supposed to be asking questions, not having the conversation. But
I didn't do 28. You didn't miss it.
We'll
I
see.
didn't do it.
All right, thank you.
we shall see. Thank y'all for being here for the trial watch part 3.
That's all right. We can just
No.
skip it.
I'm showing you what's the mark as State's Exhibit 28. Do you recognize what I'm showing you?
Looks like my TV.
And what is being measured there?
Yeah, it was the victim's gun.
gunshot.
They said in the opening
A
statement.
bullet hole.
Right. In the victim
I'm
in the
done.
opening
Give me my
statement, they
stuff,
say it was her gun. That he
Prosecutor,
took out of her
Mr.
purse.
Nixon.
Cross examination.
Ms. McCLAIN, is it correct that you made a statement to Akron Police Department about what happened today in your apartment on 9/14? No, excuse me, forgive me. The night of the incident, 07/25/2022.
Yes, yes.
And did you know that that statement was being recorded on video?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would like to play.
Ask for the question first.
Do you remember what you stated in your statement?
Not word for word, no.
Hey, CC, happy Saturday. Yeah, Sunshine, it's where they get interested. I forgot all about this footage from the police interview. But I'm pretty much watching it with you
In
guys.
your
I only saw
statement
bits
you
and
made
pieces.
today,
Let me be quiet.
under oath, you claim that you and Adam Wright were good friends.
Yes.
Had you and Adam ever been in type of relationship?
When we were younger, yes.
And how long were you in a relationship?
Not long.
Can I ask why you didn't tell that to, or did you tell that to the detective?
I don't recall.
Do you remember telling the defendant that you and that man were in a relationship?
Years ago, yes.
He is the
Do
defendant,
you
y'all.
remember telling Quentin Nixon that you were in a relationship with Adam Wright?
Years ago, yes.
How did the defendant get to your apartment?
I picked you up from your mom's.
Do you remember what the defendant stated? Do you remember the reason why you picked me up?
Because it was your birthday and you wanted to hang out.
Do you remember stating that your car was stolen?
My car was stolen months before any of that.
So,
Yeah, she defensive. I'd be like, how dare he question me? You know, it seemed just so more personal
you have no recollection of telling me
than an
that
attorney.
you needed help finding your vehicle?
No. The police were already handling it.
You stated today that you seen no one else with a gun prior to the incident.
Yes.
You don't remember seeing Adam Wright with a gun prior
I don't
to
recall.
You don't recall, or you don't remember seeing him with
I don't remember. I didn't like guns, to be honest, so.
No, there's a difference between not remembering and not seeing him with the gun.
I don't remember seeing him,
Question.
no.
Okay.
Hold on, let me push pause. Let me push pause. Okay, so right here, it's real. I'm real interested to see where he going with this, right? Because he definitely focusing on Adam, right? And then Sunshine say, why isn't he making eye contact? I don't know if you mean like with the judge or with the witness, but the witness is actually behind his left shoulder, kind of like catty corner, like where that police officer is back there. The witness stand is actually like to the right of that cop back there, right? Off the screen because they don't want to show the witnesses' faces. So where the defendant's sitting at the table, she's actually behind him. So when he turned around and look at her, he got to turn around over his shoulder pretty much to look at her. I don't know if you saying that's who he's not making eye contact with, but he's not facing towards her at all. He's actually faced opposite, which is strange, right? Which is very strange. But hey, it's a bench trial. It's a lot of stuff going on in here. But please notice, I'm noticing, I'm writing it down, I'm taking notes, right? He is definitely questioning about this Adam dude. And if y'all remember, when she was answering the prosecutor, and she was saying where everybody was at when the shooting took place, I push pause and I say, well, where was Adam? Because he was the only one not really accounted for when she first said where everybody was at when the altercation started. So I think, I'm watching with y'all live reaction. But yeah, it's interesting that he trying to say something. I think he going to try to say, it seemed like he trying to point the finger at Adam. But let me not get ahead of the testimony. Let's see. Yes, Winter,
Do you
very
remember,
awkward.
Making a statement on the night of the incident to the police that you saw Adam Wright with a gun?
No, I don't remember.
You do know you're under oath, correct?
Yes, I do. It was so long ago, I don't remember all the details of what I saw and what I didn't see.
I'm sorry, but he hit it with the, you do know you under oath, right? I think he got that from a
asked to
movie.
play the interview.
Mark it as Defense Exhibit B. Yep. Just gotta move it over.
Is he playing that portion, or does he?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh,
I'd like to play the interview.
No, it's not raining in
I
Renee.
would object to the whole portion being played.
I'm looking out my
Only the
window
portion
now.
For impeachment purposes.
It's not bright and sunny, but it's not raining.
That is,
No, Your Honor.
get it on the-
It's raining where you at?
No, Your Honor. I do not know where it is.
Yeah, we're not gonna play our whole video, just the portion portion that you're using to
Okay, is somebody coaching him? He has a court. Because he pro se, because he's defending himself. When they be, if you ever notice, like in those type of cases where they're defending themselves, there's always a court appointed attorney, right? That sits there, not to put on the case, right, or to even tell him how to present the case, but the court appointed attorney is there pretty much to help him with points of law. How you say it? How you put it? I put it in a good way the other day. The court with the rules of law, and rules of the court, like to tell him to help him like with those type of things. So yes, when you see him talking to that guy he have on that pink jacket, that's the court appointed attorney that was assigned to him to help in those rules of law and rules of court. Kind of like got him about the legalities of things. Exactly. And they always have those people. They never, even when they pro se, they always have a court appointed attorney there.
to impeach your testimony. So you're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, the rules of court. Advisor, right, exactly. Oh, maybe I should say that. Court appointed advisor. That sounds bright. That sounds better.
Before
Thank
I
you.
play it, you said today that everyone was smoking meth, correct?
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember on the day of your interview telling the officers anything different?
I don't recall. I don't remember.
So
Get yourself together.
You stated today that you and
Yes. Quentin and Adam Wright. And Ashley. Yes.
Hey, fix the mic.
Don't know what they were doing in the car. I only seen Brian get out of the car when I was pulling out.
That's on
I
their
didn't
end,
say
Amber.
nothing to
The
him.
microphone. See, they trying to fix it.
did you see anything
See,
in
there
Brian's
you go.
hand?
No.
You seen Brian get out the car first?
Yes.
When you made the phone call to Adam, or did you make the phone call to Adam, stating that you seen them in the driveway?
Yes, I did. I called and let him know that Brian was outside. Didn't know why.
So is it safe to say that they weren't your guests?
Yes.
Do
I
you,
had just met Brian maybe 2 days prior.
do you know who let Brian and Tony into your apartment?
No, I do not.
Yeah, it was his microphone. That's why the advisor fixed it or something. I don't know if it was off or what.
Did you claim there is no there was no bullet holes in your home prior to this incident?
True.
So you have no recollection of any other shootouts or anything inside of your home?
No.
What was me and your relationship?
Friends?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Did Adam Wright know we were friends?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Did me and you have consensual sex?
One time, yes.
Was Adam Wright there?
He was in the living room, I assume.
So you're stating for the record your ex-boyfriend was in the living room while me and you were having consensual sex?
We were all in the living room before that.
Wait a minute. Wait. What that? What?
Can you answer my question, please?
Okay.
Yes.
Baby.
So you did not give consent for Brian or Tony to be in your home?
No. I had left.
But you were fine with it when they came back, correct?
It seemed like everybody was getting along. Everybody was laughing, so I didn't have a problem with it.
So there wasn't any, you testified today stating that there wasn't any problems, there wasn't any arguments. Was there any arguments prior to this day between me, you, Adam, or anybody else in the house?
I don't remember.
Do you remember any type of discrepancies between Adam and Brian prior to the incident?
I know that a couple of days before that, they were ironing out some issues that they had from in the past. Other than that, no.
Did that alarm you in any way?
No.
So
He thinking.
just for clarification,
Mm-hmm.
you never seen anyone in your home prior to the incident with a gun?
I do not recall. I don't remember seeing a gun at all. I don't like guns. And Adam and all them, everybody knows me. I don't deal with guns.
Did I have a gun?
I don't remember, no.
You don't remember or no?
And you didn't bring one.
Do you remember taking Adam to Brian's house to iron out the issues that you spoke of?
I do.
Do you remember your demeanor at the time?
No.
Do you remember crying?
No, but everything is so long ago, I don't remember every detail.
Do you remember claiming or saying to the defendant that they're going to kill Adam if we take him to Brian's house?
No.
So it's considered your home and Ron's, correct?
Yes.
Would you say that you were entertaining all the guests that day?
Right up until I left, yes.
Correct. So did you find it odd that you didn't let Brian and Tony in, but they were there?
I never thought that anything of like this would happen in my own home, so I didn't think anything of it.
Do you remember the conversation? Well, do you remember being in the living room, knelt down at the table prior to the incident?
Putting the wall mural together, yes.
Do you remember Brian acting any type of weird or crazy way?
No. You, him, and Adam was in the kitchen
Do you
talking.
do you remember Brian saying anything about a whisper app or a spy app?
Do you know? Doesn't mean you have to tell me what he said, but
I don't
are you
recall.
aware of that conversation?
I don't recall, no. We were having our own conversation in the living room.
Prior to you getting up and leaving into your own room to hang up lights, do you remember how I was being or acting?
As I said earlier, everybody seemed normal. Everybody seemed to be getting along fine.
So you don't have any, do you remember me stating anything of the nature
So did he not write his questions down?
telling you to tell Brian?
Objection.
Let him finish the question first.
Do you remember me telling you to tell Brian anything along the line of help?
What?
No.
Not help. Along the lines of to chill out or cool out, anything like that.
Can you say that again?
Do you remember me asking you to speak to Brian about his behavior?
No.
Your answer, objection. Getting it.
Overruled. You may answer. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay, y'all, this is just really fascinating to me, right? On so many different levels. So I wrote in the chat, is with him defending himself, right? Being his own attorney in this important case. This is his life, right? Do you guys take that as a sign of confidence, narcissism, or sheer foolishness, right? Lady Steph says sheer foolishness. No, Lady Steph say foolishness and arrogance, right? But he's not doing a horrible job. It's been a couple of times in this cross-examination. He got me thinking, what does this lady have to hide? He got me thinking, okay, she's not being totally honest. He is successfully having me kind of look at this woman with a shadow of doubt, right? A shadow of a little bit of suspicion, right? I got a little bit of suspicion for this witness now, because that's what Lady Steph keeps saying about how she's not crying now. And it's been a couple of times during his cross-examine, right, that he is bringing up, he got me wondering, what all she got going on? Went to say all of the above, foolishness, arrogance. Why nobody saying confidence? CC say foolishness. Sunshine says it's got to be difficult defending yourself. Right, exactly. And I'm wondering right now, is he just asking questions as he listens to the testimony? It looks like he might have an outline of questions, but then sometimes it sounds like he just going with what's happening as he testifies, right? And Renee says, yes, he does have me questioning her honesty. Right. And that's what a defense attorney does, right? Put up, the biggest thing that the defense has to do is to create reasonable doubt. Very interesting. Hold on. Now, weren't they showing her pictures that included the victim body? Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know what? I don't know if it showed the pictures of the victim body because I assumed that because it said that live view thing when they first were doing the pictures, but then they start putting the pictures in evidence. I don't know. It seemed like she started crying just when she started at the very beginning when she started recounting the date, which it is something traumatic. You know what I'm saying? It's very traumatic. You know, nobody's taking that away from her. And sometimes when I be laughing and stuff, it's just about different stuff. You know, I absolutely know there's somebody real life that got lost, right? Absolutely. I never take away from that. But let's continue. To me, he is making me look at this lady like, let's continue.
Do you remember where everyone was sitting before you went into the room?
Adam was sitting at my table, and you and Brian were standing at my kitchen sink, and Tony was sitting on my couch.
Where was Tony sitting at on your couch?
On my couch, going the closest to my bedroom.
Do you remember me having a cell phone?
Yes.
That night, did you ever see me give my cell phone to Brian?
I wasn't there when you and Brian were interacting like that, so no.
Do you remember or have any recollection of me having a boat magnet in my hand? And
No.
A what?
do you know what a boat magnet is?
No.
Me either.
You've never seen me with a gun, correct?
I don't remember. Not until I saw you at the front door with Tony.
Okay. So prior to that, you never seen me with a gun?
No.
Play her in here.
Right, she's saying to him that now she's talking about she don't remember a whole lot.
Play this interview in its entirety. There are several inconsistencies in what she's stating today inside of this.
Not inconsistencies.
How long is it?
It's 35 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
For the
Okay,
record,
hold
the
on.
state would object, Your Honor, for proper impeachment rules.
Blue. Let me tell y'all, let me pause it right here and it's gonna go to the last part here. Now look, it say, Emanate say he's doing a pretty decent job. She is being defensive and she's basically saying that she doesn't remember anything. Right. But mind you, I think what the point I was gonna make is that to me, under the state, right, direct questioning, it was seeming like she was remembering a whole lot of stuff, right? She was clear about this. Once he started asking, then she started getting foggy minded, right? Went to say he is doing a good job kind of making it seem like a beef and possibly jealousy between the men. Bingo, Winter. You took the words out of my mind, right? Out of my brain. Because in my brain, I was like, okay, he's saying that he didn't shoot at all. He's not saying he shot nobody on accident. I don't think he said that in his open statement. But, you know, we'll see. But to me, it sounds like some type of, like, he trying to create some type of jealousy and questioning her character, right? Because Adam, supposed to be her ex-boyfriend, I thought she supposed to be still seeing one of them other guys that was there, right? And she didn't went and had sex with him on the cool, you know what I'm saying, with Adam there. A lot of stuff going on around this woman. Lady Steph say he is not doing enough taking notes for me. He should be ready to counter her responses and redirect. Right. Now I think what's happening is that's what I'm saying about his notes. You know, we saw doing his cross-examination of one of the police officers with the body cam. It seemed like he be prepared. He got an outline in front of him, but then he started wandering off from what he brought with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like he get in the zone where he just thinking and not going back to read his notes and stuff. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? So, let's get into, baby, he just killed me. He just took me out, okay? When he say, can we go, I want to submit, what she say? He say, I would like to watch the full tape because there are several inconsistencies. Okay, come on, defense. Come on, pro se. Come on, self-defense. Self-representation. I ain't mad at him. And I think he just laid a trap for her. I think he didn't lay the trap for her. Okay, let's see. Yeah, he getting caught up in his own head. But he doing good keeping his emotions down.
Just have her hop in the back here. What's that? Which side? That's fine, that's fine. Here, I'll...
Right, he's not a lawyer. I think he's doing no kind of okay. And he do have to try to, well, like, both of y'all right. I agree with both of y'all. Winter and Renee. Now, what's going to happen, y'all, is that I actually started another clip, so it's going to load up. So, y'all, we're going to see the same part again, because I stopped it right here and started it again.
Okay. I'm Detective Taylor. Detective McConnell. Okay.
So, that's who's on the stand right now, y'all.
You try to get that one over right there. Oh,
That's great.
Sorry about that watermark over that black
What's
cop
your first name,
face.
Angel.
Sorry.
Your
I
last
can't
name?
move it.
Is it MC capital C?
Yeah, MC. Well, like lowercase c and then capital.
LAN?
Yes. MCCLAIN.
LAIN.
Yeah.
And what's your birthday? Okay.
Okay, so it's starting over right here.
Detective McConnell.
Okay, there we go. Oh, good. I fixed the watermark on this one, too.
You try to get that one over right there. Oh,
That's great.
what's your first name, ma'am?
Trial watch
ANGEL.
with Demetra, State of Ohio versus Quentin Nixon,
Your last name?
Akron, Ohio.
Is it MC capital C?
Yeah, MC. Well, like lowercase c and then capital.
LAN?
Yes.
First interview of the witness that's on the stand now that took place when the
And
cops
what's your
came out
birthday?
to the house.
11/4/1989.
Your social?
233-3766.
Damn, they gave her whole social on here.
And what's your address?
2260 Maryland. And then Akron, Ohio. 442.
What's your phone number?
330-775-9791.
Are you working anywhere?
I'm in between jobs right now. I was working at Games at the server.
Are you on Facebook? What's your Facebook?
Angel Marie.
ANGEL Marie? MAR, all one word? You on like Instagram, Snapchat, anything like that?
I have an Instagram, but I don't get on it. I don't log in. I'm not a driver. I do understand.
Let me get the right spelling again for your last name. I'm sorry. Is it
It's weird now they ask for all your social media, huh?
Or AIN, sorry. Confuse me with E. MCCLAIN.
Can you just kind of like start at the beginning? What happened tonight? Like basically from the time you got here or everybody got here?
Me and Chip, well, Chip was Ron. He's my roommate in the car in front of me. We came back from Sheets, and we come in. They were all upstairs laughing, joking.
Who's all?
Brian, which is, I don't know his last name. The girl,
Where's Brian from?
I have no clue. I've only met him twice. I have no
Black
clue.
male?
No, he's a white male.
Home from Sheets. White male. Brian.
How old is he? If
I'm
you
not
had to
sure.
guess.
I want to say late 30s, early 40s.
Okay. Who else?
Quentin Nixon, well, his girlfriend, who was shot. I don't know her name.
Whose girlfriend is it?
Brian, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how they introduced her. His queen.
Was Brian's girlfriend?
Yes. I think I stepped on her shirt by accident, sir.
You said it was Quentin.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, Quentin Nixon.
Very
Said
fresh.
Nixon
It
with
just
I
happened.
N.
They just got to the scene.
Quentin is Quinton, I think. And then Nixon, like.
NIXON.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
He's
this
a
is
black
right when it
man.
happened. And mind you, she a drug addict, a recovering drug addict now.
Okay.
But at the time, they had been
Just
smoking
turned
meth all day.
When did you turn 31? I'm sorry?
The 18th.
July 18th. So then, who else was there? White male? You said Adam Wright.
Yeah, WRIGHT.
Is he from here?
And he's from here, but I don't know where he's staying now.
Okay.
He just came home from either North Carolina or Toledo. He was with me for
How long had he been here?
I think maybe 3 or 4 days.
And who does he know?
Me. I've known him my whole life.
Was he your friend coming up?
Yes.
Okay.
I've known
How
him
old
for
is he?
like 10. I want to say 36, 37. I can't keep the ages right.
Okay. Is that all who's in the house?
And then me and my roommate, and then my roommate's girlfriend, friend, I don't know her name. Or her name's Ashley, but I don't know her last name.
And this is Ron's girlfriend, Ashley.
Girlfriend or acquaintance, I don't know what they really are. It's a little weird.
And Ron is your roommate?
Yes.
Her name is Ashley.
Yeah, I'm not sure what her last
Where's she at?
She, I guess, took off out the door after they all took off running. She, I guess, took off. And I was trying to get myself composed.
Is she a white female?
Yes.
You ever met her before?
Yeah. She's
How old is she?
I'm not sure. Probably around my age.
How old are you?
32. She might be a little older. Not sure.
You know her last name?
No, not really. No.
So, you get back, you walk in to the scene of them all hanging out, laughing, and whatever.
Laughing, joking.
Who was sitting where?
It was me and I don't know. I want to say Tori was in the living room.
Where was she sitting?
On the other couch.
When you walk into the door or past?
Yeah, when I walked in the door. No, you walk in the door and you look dead at her. I looked dead at her when I walked in. On the couch closest to my bedroom.
Okay.
And then the 3 guys, Quentin, Brian, and Adam were in the kitchen.
Okay.
And then
Were they sitting or just standing up?
Adam, I think, was sitting. Quentin and Brian were standing over by the scene.
Okay. And nobody was arguing, no
No,
nothing?
everything seemed fine. Like, everybody was joking, laughing. Me and Ron, he bought me some lights or whatever for my room, and I was putting them up on my bed. So we went in there to do that. And we heard the tussling, and I went to go open the door, and I heard more gunshots, so I shut the door and tried to have my closet.
Well, when you say your bedroom, which one is your bedroom?
The one with the air conditioner. Right here, if you look up with the pink curtains. The pink room, I guess you could say.
Baby, that shooting and everything else got her high going. She
Walk into
is
the
sobered
front
up a
door
little bit.
past the couches
To the right, my room.
with your TV on the dresser.
Yeah, the bullet or something.
Silver, yep, the silver bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, you were in the room then?
Yeah, me and Ronald was.
Okay, so y'all was in the room putting up the lights.
Yeah.
Was the door shut?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So then when you were in that room at that time, how long were you in the house before you start hearing arguing?
Maybe half hour.
Who was arguing?
I'm not. They all were kind of arguing, I guess. I didn't hear her much say anything. But they were. I heard all the men for sure.
And what were they arguing about?
I couldn't make it out, honestly.
Okay. Did they have any issues?
Thank you.
I don't know about her. I have no clue. And I don't know what color her, what nothing. I don't really like that.
Okay. Is Brian known to carry a gun?
Yes.
So Brian's known to carry a gun too.
At 14, excuse me, Ms. McCLAIN, did you hear the answer you gave the detective timestamped at 14:02?
Yes.
He asked you, is Brian known to carry a gun? What was your answer?
Yes, and that's from what Adams told me about their past.
Okay, moving forward.
Now, how she remember all that, but said she didn't know nobody had no gun, remember?
Well, I don't think Courtney had one. But I think,
But Brian is the one who told you that it was.
yeah, Brian is the one who's girl boyfriend or husband or something, I don't know. Because I remember when Brian ran, or not Brian, when ran past him, he had a brown bag on his hand first.
You got a tan person in here?
I want to say it was the lady's purse.
Now, how long was it before you ran past you? Like, you were in Ron's room.
Yeah, I was coming back into my room.
You quick ran past you.
Their sound is they sound, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like Adam, how's he involved with? So I know you said Brian and Brian's girlfriend, right? How is Adam involved with these two? Does Adam live here? Does he? Who was he visiting? So you grew up with Adam. Does Adam typically carry a gun?
I've never known him to until now, which I.
What do you mean until now?
I've never known him to carry a gun. I never told me he ever did.
You said until now, like recently? Like, when did you see Adam with a gun?
When he first got here.
Tonight?
No, he's been there.
Ms. McCLAIN, did you hear the answer you gave to the detective when he asked
Oh,
you
Lord,
if
thank you, because that noise was killing me.
Yes, I did.
Can you
Hey,
repeat
Bushwick,
what
thank you for
said?
coming.
I said he had one.
And thank y'all for hitting the
But
like.
like
I see
It
him.
was so long ago, I can't recall everything that I said in my police report. And a lot's happened since then, so.
Earlier you said you didn't see anyone with a gun, correct?
Yes, I just did that.
Prior to the incident, correct?
Yes.
In this statement, is it safe to say that you just said, or did you not just, or did you not just say that you seen Adam, right, with a gun when he first got there?
Yeah, what, a week, 2 weeks prior to that? Yes. But
Oh,
I
that's
never
that
seen him after
noise?
that.
Oh, okay, I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yes, he was there 2, 3, maybe 2 weeks before you even came.
Okay, so it's safe to say since he's been in your home that he had a gun.
I seen it the one time, I didn't see it after that.
She say she, hold on. All right, Lit Lane. The jury of the Lit Lane jury. Did we, or did, okay, is it me, or did she double down on direct from the prosecution? Did she or did she not double down on the fact that she hadn't seen no guns and that everybody in that house know that she didn't like no guns? Right? She said that everybody in the house know she didn't like guns, and that she was saying, and the reason she was saying that is to say why she didn't see no guns, right? So at this moment in time, here come them inconsistencies that he said, right? Boy, he better come on with this defense now. Now, if he tie this all together and give another possible shooter or something like that, I'm going to be like, you know, let's see. Let's go. Let's see. Let's continue. This is very interesting. That is what she said. And now she's saying something totally different to them cops the night of when it happened.
So 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I think it's raining.
When did you see Adam with a gun?
When he first got here. he's been there for like 3 or 4 days.
So 3 weeks ago, he came here to visit with you from North Carolina or where?
Yeah, they're at Toledo, not sure exactly which one.
So somewhere out of Akron.
At 6:16, did you hear what you gave, the response you gave to the detective when he asked you, when did you see Adam with a gun?
When he first got there, I said that.
You had just, did you not just say that Adam was there 2 weeks? You said you seen him with a gun.
A week or two prior, yes.
Did you hear what you said in your statement?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear that you said 4 days prior?
She got an
Yes,
attitude.
I did.
So is it safe to say that you answered correctly?
It was a mistake.
Okay. So it was a mistake that you said to the police that
Yes.
you seen him 4 days prior
Yes.
with a gun.
Yes. A lot happened that
See,
night.
right now, he looking at her. He directly looking at her. When he turned to the side like that, that's where she's at talking.
Visiting you for 3 or 4 days. You've known him since you were 10. And then 3 or 4 days ago, he brought a gun. Do you know what kind of gun?
No, I don't.
Is it a handgun? What color?
Is it silver?
Silver? How big? Good. So, how big?
Honestly, I don't, I'm not this big. I don't like guns, so I'm just supposed to get it in my house.
Did you ask him about it? Like, why
No,
do
I
you have this
didn't.
gun?
I didn't ask him.
Did you see Adam with the gun today?
Yes.
What was he doing with the gun today?
It was underneath my, like, it's in by my couch.
So did you hear the question the detective just asked you at 6:58 times? Can you repeat what he asked you?
He asked me if I seen the gun that day. And I said yes, but I don't remember seeing him with it that day, honestly.
The audacity, right? The unmitigated gall to be catching her in lies, okay?
So why would you tell the police that you
You know he be having long pauses while he thinking.
I don't know. I didn't see no guns that whole day, the whole time, so I don't honestly know.
Ms. McCLAIN, do you know you're under oath?
Yes.
Baby, he kills me with that under oath.
Your Honor, play it back one more time.
She answered it. Move on.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Excuse me.
The bullets and everything out of it, like the where the being from is out of it.
Was it like in a box or was it in like a holster or what?
Just out, like
Just in the open?
underneath my couch.
I can tell she high behind her eyes bugging out how she looking at them.
The couch that got the bricks under?
They all got bricks on them.
So the couch.
When the one closest to your room.
Yeah, that's the one that the corner over by the standing brick.
So like the closest to your room?
Yeah.
So if you were sitting closest to your room, with the gun be by your room
The
door?
TV, there's a table stand in the corner of the room. When you walk upstairs, there's one in both sides of my living room by the TV.
Okay.
So it's the stand on
In the corner over the picture.
yeah.
Ms. McCLAIN, is it safe to say that you not only seen the gun that day, but you also seen what he was doing with the gun?
No. I didn't see what he was doing with the gun.
Did you not hear your answer that you just gave to the detective? in this video?
I said that I seen the gun, but I didn't see him doing anything with it. I said I seen the gun, but I didn't see him doing anything with it. It was sitting from that. It said that it was sitting on the floor.
Did you not just say that you seen him take the clip out of it?
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, may I play it back?
I heard it. She's answered. Move
Yes,
on.
ma'am.
You saw Adam with the gun today?
Yes. He's had it. Like I said, last time I seen it, it was taken apart.
Okay, I think I'm finna right here where it's buffering. That's where I caught my recording was buffering, so I think I'm finna this is where I'm gonna start another clip. That's why what take me so long is in order for my videos to be monetized, I can't just stream it from the channel that's doing the court, right? So that's what's hold on. That's what take me a moment. Let me take this off here and let me pull up the next clip. Let me take this off. Okay. So that was cost now I got these labeled H. Okay, hold on. Oh Lord. Let's see. Where's the history? Okay, so that was I. Okay, so I need to pull up J. Yeah, I had a new idea to label these clips right, A, B's, in alphabetical order, and that's been helpful. Let's see. So where's my? And I also made a playlist. Okay. It's J. Uh-oh. Did I not put J on here? Playlist. Okay, here go J. Clip J. And we're gonna get this back started up. Boom. Okay, so it might be a little bit rewinded for the last little part so it can be consistent. Let me put it on y'all.
So like the gun was not like, so there, when you say taken apart, you mean like there was no magazine in it? Like
yeah, there was nothing in it. They were separate.
The magazine and the gun?
Yeah.
And you saw it like that today?
Yes.
Hey, Connie girl, you're gonna have to definitely go re-red ball this one.
Why was it out?
Happy Saturday.
Like were all of those people there when you left for sheets? Who all was there when you left for sheets?
What's funny, and I'm gonna let it play. But what's funny is right now, as I check the temperature in the chat, right now, a lot of as far as reasonable doubt, he has done an excellent job building reasonable doubt against this woman. According to Lit Lane jury, a lot of us is questioning her honesty, her integrity, and all that. Right? She must have thought Quentin was dumb. Yeah, but we just just the first witness from in the house. We still got to hear from all the other witnesses, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. And don't forget, the only reason right now, if I didn't know that they had to actually search for him and he was on the run for a few days and they had to send a SWAT team in to get him out somebody's attic, if I didn't know that going into it, right now, I'd be like, okay, why they trying to pin the black man, right? I would literally be saying it. Why they trying to pin it on the black man? But it's still a lot of case and testimony and evidence to go, right? But he doing a good job with putting her in a bad light right now.
They were sitting in the driveway when we were leaving, Brian and
she helping him.
Which car?
The red car that stood next to the gray, the gold truck.
Does she stay in that car from time to time?
I don't know. I've never met her until tonight.
And that's Tony or Tori. Okay.
What's Adam's last name?
Wright. W-R-I-G-H-T.
And what about Quentin? How did he get here?
He's a family friend too.
Of you?
Yeah, I don't call him my nephew. I used to date his uncle years ago.
Was he here when you guys went to Sheets?
Yes, he was. Adam and Quentin were there, and Ashley.
Ashley, Quentin, and Adam were here. Brian and his girlfriend were outside, and you and Ron left for Sheets. And when you guys came back, was that they were all inside then?
Yeah.
But Ashley was still in Ron's room.
Yeah.
You and Ron went into your room to hang lights. And everybody else was out like a no green curtain. When you heard the shot, or the shots, or the arguing, or whatever, and you ran outside and that bullet went by you at your bedroom. When they ran by, did you see anybody with a gun?
I think Brian trying to hand the gun off to Slim, but then Quentin also had a gun. I don't know.
Okay, so Quentin stopped the tape, but I stopped the tape too, because guess what? That's a good question. She just sat on that stand and said that that she didn't see no guns with them and that they ran by and all that. But right now, we just heard her tell the cops on the same day, the same statement that she gave. She says that she saw a gun in the hands of Brian, who was trying to pass it off to Adam, the other two guys. And then she say, but Quentin had a gun too. Y'all heard that? Let's go. Let's see what he say.
Actually, did you see? After the shots, the detective asked you, did you see, when you came out of your room, did you see anybody with a gun? Do you recall your answer?
I saw you and Quentin and you and Brian wrestling, and I heard Brian say, "Take this." I don't know what it was. And then Brian or Adam shut the door on me.
So that gun that you saw Brian try to hand off to Adam, was that Adam's gun?
I don't know. I just seen.
What color was it?
I want to say silver.
Was it a handgun too?
Yeah. I think it was a little bit smaller.
How about Quentin's gun? Was
I
it?
didn't know that he had one. Honestly, he was. I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't know that he had one here. I don't never seen him with one. Quentin. Never seen him with one at all.
But after, when you ran out, then you saw Quentin with one?
I seen him with the purse. I seen when I opened the door, I got a glance, and that's when I shut the door back.
A glance of what?
Of him over by the wall,
Which wall?
where there's a hole in my wall.
You
By
saw
the door.
Quentin right there?
Yes.
And Quentin, did he have a gun?
Yes. Yeah, that's when I came back in the door and shut
What
the door.
color was
and
his
shut
gun?
the gun? It was silver.
So everybody has silver gun.
Yes. That I remember.
Was the gun that Quentin had the same as you saw Adam with?
I'm not sure.
Did Quentin threaten you not to open the door? Or?
No, I just got scared and I shut the door back, and then that's when the bullet came flying through the door, or the wall.
At 21:25, the timestamp on the video, they asked you if Quentin threatened you with the gun. Do you remember your answer?
Yes.
And what was it?
No, you didn't directly threaten me. No, you did not. But you pointed in my direction when the first bullet went through my wall.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Quentin. Let me help you, Quentin. Let me help you. How can he point the gun in her direction after the bullet went through her wall? When she said, when she first came on direct, she said she came out the room and looked because of the noise and the ruckus. That's when Adam pushed her back in the bedroom, right? And then, then she said, then the shots fired. Okay, nah. She's saying the same thing right then. That's consistent. She said, okay. I don't know why I'm trying to catch this girl in lies, okay? He did a good job in creating doubt in her ass. I part about that a little bit, Sunshine, what you said when I was saying that to y'all.
I threatened you,
I never stated that you threatened me.
or I pointed the gun at you.
You did. It was in my direction.
No, you said she pointed it at you. He pointed it at you. That's when you
Man,
started
I
looking
asked why you
crazy.
didn't tell the
Oh, I'm
detectives
sorry.
at the time of this
Let me hit mute.
interview.
Again,
My bad.
everything happening so fast and a lot just happened. A girl was just murdered in my house. I'm a little messed up from it all. Still am.
Understandable. Your Honor, I'd like to play that portion back.
So, Mr. Nixon, the purpose of that is for you to impeach her. She's answered your question.
Okay.
So it's up to me to determine her credibility.
Your Honor, can I please stand for a second? Okay. Go ahead. I just have back injury.
After you heard the initial shooting?
Yes.
So you said Adam was the first one out of the house? So at what point did you see Brian try to give Adam a gun?
When he was trying to get through the door,
What door?
the back door.
The slider?
He was yelling at him to take the gun.
And at that point, Brian had the gun in his hand?
Yes.
And then did Adam take the gun from him?
No, I didn't see. I shut the door back. I don't know.
And then when you came back out, then you saw Quentin with a gun? Or did
No,
you,
when I first opened the door,
when that bullet went by you?
when I heard the tussling, I opened the door, and then I seen Quentin with the gun, and then I heard.
Who was tussling?
I want to say it was Quentin and the girl, and then I think I seen Brian go over, and I shut the door.
And that was in the beginning before the shots?
Yes.
And is that when you heard someone yell, "Get off of her"? Mm-hmm. So were you thinking that was probably Brian telling Quentin get off of
I'm
her?
thinking so.
And then
'Cause I was trying to hide in my closet.
how much time between that and did you heard the shot go off?
Not long after I shut the door, because it
So,
came
like,
through the door.
Seconds?
Yeah.
And then you reopen the door, you see Adam run by, you see...
You see Brian try to hand the gun to Adam?
Yeah, I heard them tussling, like I said, and I went to open the door. Slim was running by, and then Adam, or Brian was down on the floor. I don't know, screaming.
Was this before or after the gunshots?
This was after, when they were both all trying to leave. Not the closet or the door.
So initially you just heard them tussling?
Yeah.
And then you assumed that it was Brian that was telling Quentin to get off of her because you saw Quentin
Yeah,
tussling with her.
Yeah, they were kind of like, I guess.
Like into it?
Yeah. And he grabbed her by the head and I shut the door.
He grabbed her by the head?
Yes. Quentin did.
By her head or by her head?
By her hair. And I mean, I just seen him grab her. I don't know.
Was anybody trying to intervene and get him off?
Not when I seen Brian get up, go toward him, but that's all I seen. After I shut the door.
Why'd you shut the door?
Okay, so Lady Steph, Angel, that's who talking right now, the first eyewitness, the white lady, the first white lady, okay? Who she is it's her house where everything was at. It's her apartment. You know what I'm saying? She the leaseholder. So it's her house, her and her roommate, and everybody else, including the defendant, including the victim, everybody else was visiting in some type of capacity. Whether they was visiting for a few days, whether they were just popping up and leaving back out like a regular visitor would do. But she is the home owner. That's why everybody else ran off and left her there with the body. Okay? Everybody who didn't live there, ran off after the crime, after the shooting. Everybody. The only people that was left in that house after the gunshots and all that was the two people that actually lived there. Ronald, and her. Yeah, this is the sniffer. Right. The shooting happened at her house. Exactly. So I kind of wonder I kind of wonder what was really up with the deceased and her gun. Was the planned visit for something else? Oh, you saying you kind of wondering why did the deceased lady, Tony, why did she have a gun in her purse? You know, maybe because she hung around a lot of drug addicts, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then some women, there's a lot of women who conceal carry and got guns in their purse. You know what I'm saying? Just not me. And I know one thing about women that carry guns, they always carry guns. Period. You know what I'm saying? It don't be the women I know who carry guns, they always carry guns. Like it don't matter where they go. If you a gun carrier, most of the time they carry. In church, at the house, to a friend's house, to the store, they be carrying. You know, from my experience. Let's see. Let's push play. Which clip is this? This is Jay. Okay, so yeah, this is the last clip for this live, but it's gonna get all the way through her testimony, and then I stopped it there, and then when we come back together, we're gonna see 2 other witnesses. A male, I think it's the 2 male witnesses, but it won't be doing this live. I'm gonna come back live tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Cause I want to catch up on this case.
So you see Quentin with a gun and pulling her hair?
Yeah.
And you hear Brian yell, "Get off of her." Where was Adam at in all this?
Honestly, I don't even know. I didn't even see him.
So you close the door, and then how long? You said seconds after you close the door, you hear the shot.
Yeah, me and Ronald was by the door, and we shot it when we shot it, and it came through right, like, seemed like past his face because he jumped back. Like it hit him or ricocheted or something.
So you heard it was just that one shot?
She said it went past her face when she was first testifying.
I went like a couple more after that. I had heard maybe one before that, and then that one, or honestly, I don't know. My mind's so scrambled.
And they was tussling on the couch right by your room?
By the door.
Okay.
So you see the tussling, you close the door, within seconds you hear the shots.
Yes.
How much time then between you hearing the shots and you reopening the door?
Maybe a minute or 2, maybe 3 minutes.
So a minute to 3 minutes, you open the door, you see Adam is already in Ron's room.
Yeah, he's going out the door.
He's going out the door. You see Brian right behind him telling him take the gun.
Yes, I want to say Quentin and Brian was tussling on the floor in front of my door.
So now Quentin and
when I
Brian
opened the door, that's when Brian got up and took off. And I opened the door back up.
So Quentin and Brian are tussling on the floor?
If I remember correctly, yes.
Do you remember it? Do you remember them tussling on the floor?
I remember Brian being on the floor, and then him saying that I heard him say get down on the ground. So I thought you guys were here, that's why I opened the door.
And he was telling Brian to get down on the ground, Quentin was?
No, Brian was telling Quentin to get down.
And Brian already had the gun on him.
Yeah. Yeah. It was... Sorry, I'm just...
No, you're fine.
Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, but I think I was talking and stuff like that. We was talking. I'm gonna rewind that back a little bit because I don't know if y'all may have missed something because I was talking and shit, but I definitely missed something. I want to hear about Brian and Quentin tussling on the floor. Okay. Oh, okay, and Renee. And went to say unless they were the suppliers, and she thought maybe money was owed. Hell, I'm just guessing all this shit is strange. Right, it is strange. But we're going to hear the other witnesses, too. They're going to bring more into it. Because I'm pretty sure Brian is going to testify. You know, I don't know yet because I ain't got that part yet. But he going to probably testify. And he the one who brought the victim with him. You know, it's interesting. I'm glad y'all interested in it. It is interesting. I thought this would be an interesting case. But I'm going to rewind it just a little bit so we can hear about this tussle, okay?
Done?
Yes, I want to say Quentin and Brian was tussling on.
So you see the tussling, you close the door, within seconds you hear the shots.
Yes.
How much time then between you hearing the shots and you reopening the door?
Maybe a minute or 2, maybe 3 minutes.
So a minute to 3 minutes, you open the door, you see Adam is already in Ron's room.
Yeah, he's going out the door.
He's going out the door. You see Brian right behind him telling him take the gun.
Yes, I want to say Quentin and Brian was tussling on the floor in front of my door.
So now Quentin and
when I
Brian
opened the door, that's when Brian got up and took off. And when I opened the door back up.
So Quentin and Brian are tussling on the floor.
If I remember correctly, yes.
Do you remember it? Do you remember them tussling on the floor?
I remember Brian being on the floor, and then him saying that I heard him say get down on the ground. So I thought you guys were here, that's why I opened the door.
And he was telling Brian to get down on the ground. Quentin was.
No, Brian was telling Quentin to get down.
And Brian already had the gun on him.
Okay, y'all bear with me. I gotta go get something, and I don't want to miss it. So I'll be right back. It's gonna be quick. Hold on. I don't have to rewind. Oh, you didn't want some. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I was gonna tell you that I'll probably be on here just like another hour. That was me, though. You know what I'm saying? It was okay, not an hour. Yeah, we were on the video. I'm on my last clip. But the good news is, we up in there talking about this case. It turned out it's getting good. Lord, I hope I put this thing on mute. Y'all be hearing me talk to my honey. My honey and woke up. I don't know if y'all heard all my personal conversation, child. Let me see. Okay, let's just play. Let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, so you never leave home without it. Let me say this one thing, y'all. This is a sidebar, right? This is a total sidebar. And I'm not going to get carried away. But I'm thinking about the fact that my little Lena, some of them, they pack and carry, right? And I thought about the fact, y'all remember like about 2 years ago, when I ain't going to even say them people's names because I don't deal with them people. But remember I was beefing with some other folks outside this sector. And they was giving me death threats and talking about they was going to pull up on me at the bus stop and shoot me and shit. And y'all remember I came on live and we looked up the gun ranges in Houston and stuff like that. And we was going to take up a collection and stuff like that for me to be able to get my concealed gun license and stuff. Do y'all remember that? Okay. They were threatening my life on the YouTube streets. Okay. Do y'all remember that? Let's push play. Girl, I was just talking about he woke up.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. Sorry, I'm just.
No, you're fine.
Just take your time to process.
We're not trying to confuse you or anything.
I know. I'm messing.
We're trying to just get all the facts so we can put this puzzle together.
Yeah,
Y'all don't be listening to my personal conversations.
Brian was arguing in front of my door, and I heard to get down on the ground.
After this is all after the shots.
Yeah.
And Adam's already out the door.
Yes.
Okay. But if Adam's already out the door and you hear
He
him,
was getting ready to go. He was going into the bedroom to climb out the window, out the door.
but you also told us that Adam said
Brian told him to grab the gun, and I never seen him come back to grab it. So I didn't see the gun being handed off to Slim or not.
So who told you again that he shot?
Brian did. And then that's when Quentin came flying through with her. When I say it was her purse.
Quentin took her purse?
Yes.
Does Brian's girlfriend, the one that was shot, did you see her with a gun at all?
No, I did not actually. No, she had a purse. I don't know what she had in it.
What color was the purse?
Like a tan and brown.
Was it leather or cloth or?
I'm gonna say it's cloth. Like Michael Kors, I think.
What is it?
Michael Kors.
Okay.
Baby, we be peeping them purses.
So
Huh?
what do you think, Sean?
I mean, honestly, from the tussle, I would say it would have been Quentin. Because I said he had the gun when I first opened the door.
You think Brian wrestled it away from her, or how did he?
So, I mean, he was trying to get it, and then that's when I heard the gunshots go off.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a good question.
But when you saw Quentin run past you with the purse, he had a gun still.
No, I didn't. Brian had the gun.
The one that Quentin had?
I'm not sure which one it was. I just seen him trying to hand the gun on me.
You got these guys' phone numbers?
No, I don't know Brian, and Slim is a text now number. And I just had Quentin on my Facebook.
You know Quentin's Facebook?
It's Goat True.
Ink?
Ink.
Like I-N-K?
Yeah. All
Who's
one word.
this?
Goat. Goat. And then space. True. True. No, just no E. That's
Like
fine.
that. Ink, goat,
Yeah.
true.
Child, sunshine.
Where at?
He does it.
Does he have a shop or he just
No,
shows
no.
up to people's houses?
Yeah.
What is Brian and Tony into?
I have no clue. Like I said, I only met Brian a couple days ago, and this is the first time I've met Tony. The lady.
Miss Slim knows Brian.
Yeah, from my understanding, we were just friends, but I've never met him before. Like I said, I haven't seen Slim in a couple of years.
So what made Slim just come out of nowhere and visit?
He always does. He just comes by to check on me every once in a while when he gets back into town or whatever he's doing.
So what brought Brian and his girlfriend?
Slim.
Good
How
question.
long have they been here?
They, like I said, we were gone maybe.
I mean, have they been staying here the last few days?
No.
So they just showed
They
up
just
today.
visited, yeah.
Adam's been here for 3 or 4 days. They showed up today to visit. And Quentin showed up today, or does he in here?
He stayed like 2 or 3 nights.
Same as Adam?
Yes.
So you, Adam, and Quentin are all real close?
Yeah. And Brian and Slim are really close.
Do you have any relationships with them?
Adam is actually my ex from years and years and years ago. We just remain really good friends.
Why
My whole
would
family knows him.
why would Ron's girlfriend, why would she take off?
I think she had a warrant, to be honest.
What's her warrant for?
I'm not sure.
No, I mean, we're not really concerned about that, but she thought it was serious enough to take off.
I don't know. She kind of panicked.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, at this point, maybe I missed it, okay? Up until this point, during this police car interview, right? Have they established whether or not they was up in there smoking meth? Did anybody hear that, or is they finna get to that part now? I haven't heard her say, okay, we was all up in there smoking meth. Have y'all heard that part? Let's continue.
Where would they have gone? Do they, like, so Adam's not from the area. Brian, is he from the area?
He's from Akron, that's all I know.
Okay.
And so Quentin's actually from Cleveland. Well, born in Cleveland.
But where's he been staying?
He's been staying with his mom over on Wilbur.
On Wilbur?
Right across the street from his home. It's like pink apartments.
Like up from the Dairy Queen?
Yeah, on the left.
On the same side as Dairy Queen?
Yes. I'm not sure. I know there's 2 sets there.
But he lives in the pink ones?
Yeah, I think they're both pink, aren't they? If I remember correctly.
So if you're looking at
That's
the
on
two,
the bottom. I'm not sure.
so are there 2 buildings, the pink
Yeah,
apartments?
there's 2.
So if you're on Wilbeth looking at the pink apartments, is he on the left or the right?
The pink apartments are on the left side, and then it's the Wilbur's on the right. So like if you're coming from here,
No, I'm saying if you're standing on Wilbeth looking at his apartment,
Oh,
like we're
okay.
looking here, which building is it?
let me say the first one on the left.
On the left?
Yeah, when you're going up Wilbur's, I think it's the first one.
So I'm standing on Wilbeth looking at the 2 pink apartments. He's on the left, on the bottom, with his mom.
Let me ask you something. Would Quentin and Ashley have known Brian and Tony before today?
No.
They wouldn't have known.
So why they let these people in the house?
When he came over, the one time with Slim. But that's the only time
When was that?
emailed him. Maybe 2-3 days ago.
And that's the first time you met Brian?
Yes. I mean, I've always heard of him. You know, Slim talked about him.
This is a drug thing.
Now, Angel, we don't care. We're not narcotics detectives. But is this somehow related to dope? Did this girl, Brian's girlfriend, did she buy dope off Quentin? Did Quentin buy dope off her?
Not that I know of.
I mean, what?
I didn't see any change.
Do you know if Brian and Tony are having a lot of money?
I don't know, honestly. I don't
Do you know
know.
if Brian hustles?
I'm not sure. I don't know much about him at all.
Does Adam hustle?
Not that. I mean, he used to, and that's the wrong number, so I'm sorry. I just see my number, 775.
My bad.
That's okay.
Oh, sorry about my watermark. I didn't fix it for this one. My bad. I can't move it.
I don't know what they were doing here. I didn't see any of that was going on. It must have been before I got here because they wasn't even in the same room with each other.
But what about the other day? Could they have?
No, they were just talking, and then Quentin and Brian was like rapping, like having a rap battle. That was it. Because they both rap. I know Quentin does for sure.
Do they smoke?
I didn't see anything. I know she had hit a vape. But other than that,
Anything we haven't asked that would help us figure out what happened?
no, nothing I can think of right now. Just tired.
Ms. McCLAIN, do you, prior to the last question, he asked you is there anything else that they didn't know? He asked you, do they smoke? Do you remember what your answer was?
He asked me if I seen you guys smoking. I said no. She was hitting a vape.
I know Quentin, they all have a lot of tattoos. Like, a lot. I don't know if that helps or not.
And you have no idea where they might be going? Or no phone numbers for Quentin, Brian, Adam?
I have a text now number for Slim, and I have Quentin on my Facebook. Well, he was on my Facebook.
And you don't really know Brian or his girlfriend?
This is my second time meeting Brian, my first time meeting his girlfriend.
Anything else? All right, well, they're doing some stuff in there, so we'll let you back in the cruiser with your dog. We appreciate you.
I really
They're actually...
Your Honor, that's the end of the...
Alrighty. Any other questions, Mr. Nixon?
Yes.
He needs some coffee.
Ms. McCLAIN, you stated that Adam pushed you back in the door when you opened it. You stated that twice today.
Yes.
May I ask why you didn't tell the police that night?
Hello to the people in the crowd. Thank y'all for coming. Hit the like.
Shut the door. He pushed me
And
back
check
and
out the
shut door.
playlist if you're getting interested in this case. There's a playlist on my channel to catch up. This part 3.
Today you stated that you were all high and getting high and smoking meth. Why
Yes,
didn't
sir.
you- why didn't you state that night when they actually...
They asked at the scene at the incident. I didn't see nobody smoking, no, but earlier that day, yes, everybody was smoking.
When he asked you if you seen anybody smoking and you said a vape, can you explain to the court what that is?
It's a vape. I'm assuming it was like nicotine. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows what a vape is. It's hard to explain. And I want to say it was yellow.
Baby, when he be thinking, I be waiting to see what he gonna come up with.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank
Okay,
you. You're
okay.
right.
Pause.
Briefly,
Let's
Your Honor.
pause.
May I sit here, Your Honor?
You may.
Let's pause. Let's pause. So, Lid Lane, the jury of Lid Lane. Before we get to this redirect from the state, right? What do we think? What do we think about that cross-examination from our pro se defendant with this first eyewitness? What is y'all thoughts? For me, I think it was brilliant of him to walk this lady into this trap. He absolutely walked her in his line of questioning before playing this tape. He walked her dead into a trap. A trap about the gun, a trap about the smoking, a trap about what's her relationship to the other people in the house. You know what I'm saying? The state only objected one time. And the one time that the state objected to his line of questioning, the judge overruled it. And the judge, Lady Steph say, I think she a hoe. The judge only had to correct him, I think this time around. I think the judge only had to correct him maybe like no more than 3 times, when as he wanted to kind of beat a dead horse to death about replaying things. And that's when the judge say, and I like the fact when the judge say, you played it, I heard it, she answered it, I heard it, you know, so I'm the only one who have to make the judgment of whether or not she perjured herself or something like that, right? So, okay, it looked like the general consensus in Lit Lane jury box is that he did a good job on that cross-examination, right? So right now, the state got some work to do. Okay? The state finna try to have to clean it up. Shout out to Spiller Boy and Betty Wright. Okay? So this is the cross-examination from the state, and it's not that long, and that's gonna be the end. We'll close up for this live, okay? But I'll save my closing remarks for this live. Okay, let's push play. This is the state on redirect.
Angel, you were asked multiple times on cross-examination, how was the defendant acting? And
He seemed normal.
and
Everybody seemed normal, like everybody was having a good time.
and I was going to say normal meaning everyone getting along.
Yeah.
You say that you saw him smoking earlier that day.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever seen the defendant high?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you high that day?
Yes, ma'am.
You saw your interview. Your interview was all over the place. Would you agree?
Yes.
Were you high in that car?
I would say so, but I mean, if you smoke during the day, it doesn't just wear off. You know what I mean? So, but I hadn't smoked when I got back home, no.
Okay. Have you seen the defendant high before?
The incident, yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Before the incident, yes.
Okay. Did you see the defendant high on the day of the incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when you say acting and when you say normal, is that referring to getting along with everybody, not fighting,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
whether he was high or not?
Yes, ma'am.
In the interview, you stated that you seen Adam with a gun when he first got there. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
fair? And then you referenced 4 or 5 days, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a correct amount of time that Adam had been at your house?
No, ma'am. He was probably there maybe a week or 2 prior, but everything just is jumbled at that point, you know.
You were also asked about the defendant, and you stated in the interview, he was there 2 or 3 days.
He came on the 18th, yes. So,
Now, that's more than 2 or 3 days, correct?
yes.
So that was incorrect. So your days were off
Yes.
in the interview.
That's what happens when you get high. That's why I've been clean for 2 years.
And not just high, you just saw a jarring
deprived.
incident. Is that
Yes.
correct? You were asked in the interview, is Brian known to carry a gun? When the defendant asked you on cross, you said you got that information from Adam.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you personally ever seen Brian?
No, ma'am. Like I said, I just met him a couple days prior. Didn't see him go in my house with one, so.
When you were gone with Ron to the store, you were not privy or you did not have knowledge how the defendant was acting at your house. Is that a fair statement?
True.
So if he was acting weird or any other kind of way, you would have never known.
True.
Do you have anything else? I have no further questions, Your Honor.
You may step down.
Thank you.
Okay, y'all, so that's the last clip for today. Give me 1 second. I'm sharing the playlist on my wall. Sharing that link on my wall. Because I noticed some folks was coming in and out, and some people had came in there up top. You know, if you're interested in it, definitely catch the playlist, you know, and catch up with us. You know, we only on part 3. Today was part 3. I will be back tomorrow for part 4. I didn't really intend on doing the trial watches on the weekend, but this trial, we kind of, y'all already know I had a lot of stuff going on this week. So I was able to do it each day, but we just now finishing day 1, okay? So we really need to catch up. And it's only going to get more interesting from here, okay? We got all these other witnesses that was there. Now we know it's some type of, what is it? It's all type of possible conspiracies, situations, reasonable doubt. It's so many different people that was in that house. Come to find out, this witness here and slept with 2 out of 3, if not 3 out of the 4 men that was there. So that might be a part. It might be a drug deal went wrong. It might be an attempted robbery. It might even be a case of somebody else is the shooter and they decide to pin it on Quentin. As it stands right now at this moment, it's a lot of stuff going on. So we will be back tomorrow, and I know and just getting ready, excuse me, and getting my clips ready. I know we're gonna hear from tomorrow. We're gonna hear the testimony from Ashley. Okay, Ashley was the one that was in the bedroom, the girlfriend of this witness roommate, Ronald. So we're going to hear her testimony tomorrow, and then we're going to hear a testimony of one of the guys. I'm not quite certain which guy it is, because when I was getting my clip, you know, I wasn't really just sitting there listening. I was doing my recording and moving around. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow, you guys. So I'm going to put a notification. I can't schedule the lives because of the software I'm using, but I'll let you guys know before time when I post the thumbnail. Letting you guys know to get ready for it. You know, I'm glad that we did this case. It's a lot for us to discuss and talk about, and that's always good for these type of deals. We want trials that we can sink our teeth into and make us wonder and come up with our own theories and say, oh, she lying. You know what I'm saying? Went to say, girl, Ashley ain't seen shit. And you know what? It's real cold-blooded to me. One of the things that I find real cold is that everybody left the house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody jumped over the balcony and everything. Everybody risked breaking their ankle going out that back patio door and jumping over the balcony. Everybody took off. Even the dude who I think this girl was supposed to be interested in, the guy who kept pushing her in the room, he left her in there. You know, I want to know what the other witnesses, okay, this is what I want to find out tomorrow from the next witnesses. I want somebody to explain what exactly was the purpose of Brian and Tony coming there. If they just met them people and she don't even barely know them, why did they let them in and they barely know them in the house, right? Why was they there? What was their purpose? Somebody gonna have to tell the truth. You know, I think it was a drug deal. And I think these cops right here, they was real good with them questions. I wonder if it's an interrogation video. I don't know, because I'm watching it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a live reaction. This is a trial watch with you guys. So I'm just as curious as you guys are, you know. Let me take this down. Hold on one moment. Let me take this down. Boom. Okay. So I think this went real good, y'all. I like to see the chat was lit up. Everybody started talking and participating. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here and get back to my evening. My honey up in there cooking and everything. I'm ready to eat. I hope you guys have a great Saturday evening. Even better tomorrow. More than likely, I will not be back on live until tomorrow, and we'll do part 4, okay? All right. Y'all have a great evening. Thank y'all for joining me with another installment of Trial Watch with Demetra. We're currently watching the state of Ohio versus Quinn Nixon. Okay? Demetra, did you hear about the young man for killing his psychiatrist? It was on TT. What's TT? Because I heard I saw a story like that with that same type of situation. I saw a story about that on like Dateline or something last year. Pork chops and some french fries. Pork chops and some french fries. Uh-huh. Yep. And I'm tired, y'all. I cleaned 3 out of 5 of my fish tanks. And I cleaned the 2 biggest ones. Oh my God. I've never let my tanks get out of hand. This was the first time because this month here, my first month back on YouTube, I was trying to push to really be consistent. So I kind of let that get out of whack, and I had so much work to do on them tanks. Oh my God. TikTok, I don't know, but I seen the case familiar, just kind of like, well, no. The case I'm thinking about, he didn't kill. Wait. The case I'm thinking about, he didn't kill the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist he was sleeping with had him go kill somebody else. So no, I'm gonna have to look for it. Okay. All he do is show up in the kitchen. Now my man can cook, child. My man can cook.